Ublay, and I'm here doing some stream tech stuff today. So I got Silence Noise's playlist here. We got 34 songs here, and we got like 2 hours of Silence Noise music instrumental. So we're gonna be rocking out to that for a bit. After that, who knows? Maybe we'll listen to some more for After Ever. I still am really enjoying Otherglow's new record, so I'm almost sure we'll listen to that again today. We got a lot of work to do though, so let's go ahead and dig in. Let me get rid of this. We're gonna pull up Chamsys. And let's see here. Let's do light writing 2. This is what we're gonna work in. I still can't seem to get it to capture my my mouse through the remote connection. So sorry if you can't see the mouse movements. I'll try and be good at it, like explaining what it is that I'm doing as I'm going, just to make sure everyone understands. But you can see like we're changing some stuff around here. Everything I do in Chamsys should reflect over into the capture software, so you should be able to see whatever it is that I'm doing and working on here. But, you know, as we go, I'll kind of explain what it is that I'm thinking and what it is that I'm doing. Right now, first things first, we just got to write a whole bunch of generic cues. I think I've decided on using generic MIDI cues for everything. So let's put you into something like not horrible to look at. That's pretty cool. That's kind of nice and aesthetic. All right, so let's go look at my execute grids. I think the first thing I wanted to do was copy all my pages so I can quickly jump pages. Looks like I have it all the way up to here. Okay, here we go. So I just got to go copy this around to all the different things. Also, maybe I should move my remote connection to another computer, just because it kind of looks terrible with me like constantly looking away. So I'm going to do that real quick. I'm just going to bring Chamsys up over here. That shouldn't change your ability to see it at all though. So that worked out well. If you don't already, give the Silence Noise a follow. Actually, I should put up some kind of like currently listening thing. I should get that figured out eventually. So sorry streamers that I haven't done that yet. Highlight, copy, move. This is long and arduous, but it'll ultimately pan out. Also, if anybody out there like knows anything about Chamsys and like has some suggestions for me on how to better do this, I'm all ears, because I don't really know what I'm doing. Just kind of figuring it out. Just kind of going. I may not talk as much. I want to kind of preserve my voice since I am planning on streaming a lot today, but I'll try and, you know, mention things as I think about them. Oh, shoot, I didn't do that correctly, did I? What did I just do right there? I can hear the vocals in my head. I actually do appreciate that he put out this instrumental version. It's kind of nice to have for streaming. I should probably do that with some of my music as well. I've just been lazy about it. All right. So what I was doing here, I know you can't see all of it, but what I'm doing here is setting it up so that I can jump pages and move around as I'm doing things. So getting that set up was pretty important. Do I have a live view that doesn't have capture in here that just shows Chamsys? Oh, I do. Chamsys. All right, we're going to ditch capture for just a few moments because I'm not going to be doing anything. Actually, I am going to be doing stuff in there, aren't I? Let's see here. Okay, so we have our movers, and these are all working correctly, I believe. Oh, I should probably bring capture back. So we have all of our mover positions. These are all working correctly. I can add timers to it and it'll go nice and slowly over time. Should be able to change all of our deals here. So maybe the first thing I do is go ahead and MIDI map all of this because I know it needs to be done. Like it's gonna really suck, but I do need to get it done. I also might need to create a set for you to be able to see that. Actually, well, I do need to name them as I go, don't I? So let's do this. Let's pull up Reaper real quick. Okay, so I need 17 tracks. There's a better way to do this. I'm just being lazy. And we're going to call this Chamsys. So first thing is global / tap tempo. Tempo. It's important to get that tempo. Global tap tempo. And then we have this is going to be positions. I might need to go back and forth, and you'll be able to see me going back and forth. That works out okay. Actually, this way you might even be able to see my mouse. Man, I might just like go ahead and use the remote view. It's not as pretty, but at least you can see my mouse. So positions, color effects. Color effects. What's after that? Hits with a 150 millisecond fade. And we'll have hits with a 300 millisecond fade. Hits with a 500 millisecond fade. Hits with a 1 second fade. Oops, if I could type. Hits with a 2 second fade. I really hate that I have to do it this way. Believe me, I spent a whole day trying to find any way out of this setup, but I couldn't seem to figure out one. Hits with a 5 second fade. I tried using palettes to put stuff in there, but the way it works with palettes, it breaks chases and playbacks. So you thought about me being in the shower? Well, I feel sorry for you, my friend. How you doing, Deanie? Endings, and then these ones I don't, just so I can have that in my brain. Appreciate you. Thanks for ruining my day. And then we have FX lights. FX lights. So we're going to throw all that up into here. We need to drop all of those so they don't have any outputs. And now we need to go route MIDI outputs for all of them. So this is going to go to time code. I need to rename that Chamsys. I'm going to do that real fast. You have to be so organized to make sure I don't fuck stuff up. Where's this at? Device, MIDI devices. There we go. So outputs, then 4 is time code. We're gonna rename that to Chamsys. Gearing up to zoom, zoom, zoom. Nice, you got to do some actual work today, huh? That sucks. I mean, I guess it's kind of nice. Chamsys. And then we want to send to channel 2. I want to make sure that I'm not sending to original channels here. I want to do it on each one's specific channels. It sucks. I'm sure you would much rather just drum stream, right? So we just got to go through and do this all one at a time. Chamsys, channel 5, right? Wait, what was this? This was 3, so this should be 4. I can look and just minus 1 from whatever channel I'm on. Well, I will be here doing boring stuff all day, so, you know, I get that. Chamsys, channel 5. Today is all going to be MIDI mapping. I think I have a whole day's worth, if not more. I still am kind of stressing because I don't have the vision of everything in my head yet, of how it's all going to work, and I hate starting when I don't know what the end's going to look like. This is going to be a long stream. We're going to be here for a while. I got a fresh pot of coffee, just brewed and ready to go. We may have to stop at some point and brew another pot of coffee. But you know, sometimes you just gotta dig in and go, right? Chamsys, this should be channel, where am I at? Channel 11? I feel like I missed something here. Oh, I'm on 5 second fade, so this should be channel 10. But at least once I'm done with this, I can save it as a template and never do it again. You'll be in and out like the burger joint. Nice. As you have to do important things for work. Send to Chamsys. I also want to test and see if I can move stuff around in Chamsys, because if I can rearrange in there, that somewhat changes my mind about how I want to do this, I think. 13. Chamsys to 14. I don't know. I don't want to overdo and be overly granular, but at the same time, like, I also only have to do it once that way. And channel 16. So now they're all sending out. I'm going to call this not assigned. Not assigned. For now. That will change. Do I want to color these? I feel like I should set them to random custom. Excuse me, random custom colors. It's not extremely pretty, but at least this way I'll be able to tell with the MIDI items which track that I'm looking at. So I think that's going to end up being important. I'm not used to this new marquee thing they added in Reaper. That just came out in a revision yesterday, and I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it yet. So we're going to say this as a track template. Man, if I leave here, it's going to fuck stuff up. But if I don't leave it here, fuck it. We're going to go put it in the stream automation folder, because that's where it should be. I should have a track templates, right? Track templates. This is going to be in lighting. And we're going to call this Chamsys _ V1. So now, I mean, once I pop that into stream, that's the only time I have to do it. So it's not like I have to do this a crazy amount of times. So let's see here. Let's go to light writing 1. Oh, that's not what I want, is it? Do I have a set that's going to show Reaper and Chamsys? I might need to build that here real quick. Yeah, it looks like I do need to build that. How am I going to do this? I guess I'll just make a new live output. Just add a transparency. Okay. And we're going to call this, I should probably go over to vmix so you can see what I'm doing. I'm going to call this live. How was I doing this with an underscore? Live output. Reaper Chamsys. Go over to the multi-view. And we're going to add, I think I want to have Chamsys on top, so we'll add Reaper, or Chamsys first. So I want captures, Magic Q, and then we'll add captures. What do I got going tomorrow? You're done being adult around 11:30. I got nothing going on, so I'm down to come out if you wanted me to come out to the spot. I'm totally down. And yeah, how dare you put me on the spot? What if I hate you and don't want to come out and hang out with you at all? Make me look like an asshole. 0.5, and then we'll do -0.5. And you know I'm kidding. Coming out to your spot's like one of my favorite things to do. That seems a little big, doesn't it? That definitely seems a little bit big. Nah, that'll work. You think people would understand? They know you now. You had quite the turnouts for your last couple streams. That's been pretty cool. Multi-view. I want to add my camera. Where is that at? Nope, that's capture. We want to add webcam shadow. There we go. Too many things to show. And then now we need to create a macro for it on my stream deck. Ye old stream deck. I need to go burn all of these and start them over. I need to reorganize them. Set from file. We'll just make it black. We're going to call this Chamsys Reaper. Alright, I see it on my controller. I have so many buttons on this damn controller now. Add. Find my Chamsys Reaper button. And we want to set full screen output to live output Reaper Chamsys, title Reaper Chamsys. You're surprised? Yeah, we did get a good little hang session. You should, I mean, if you feel like it, if you ever wanted to do that again, I'd be pretty stoked about it. And none of this is right. How is though? Why are these like only in this session? That doesn't make any sense. It must be because I saved as. Ooh, that's kind of dangerous, isn't it? I'm gonna have to double check these here. I'm gonna, real quick, I'm going to screenshot this, just so I can make sure to check it later in case I screwed something up, as I do. Save as, let's just save it on the desktop for now. Check. FIFA's pretty boring to watch. I don't know. I mean, Hollow Knight's definitely on Xbox, but I don't know that FIFA's all that boring to watch. Check shortcuts. We need to do that later and make sure that I'm not fucking something up and losing. I mean, I guess I could do a quick. Oh, no, don't change. I guess I could do a quick thing and just make these not local. Yeah, let's do that. Let's just make them not local. That way, even if like, well, actually, hold on. Because they're on the wrong input, aren't they? So yeah, let's do that. I'm gonna test this later. I'm not gonna worry about it right now because I don't want to re-rig. But I need to remember to test that because that might make some of my other stuff break. All right, now let's test this. Now we have a button so you can see Reaper while I'm working in Chamsys. Cool. Doesn't have a cool drop shadow, but that's okay. I might work on all of that later. So let's see here. Let's get Chamsys back up. Ooh, that's gonna mess with my ability to do it this way, isn't it? So I need to move this up to where capture is for the moment. I have to keep moving this damn thing around to hide it. So let's see here. Let's go to my macros, view automation. We want to get rid of these. Remove. Now what I'm curious about, so right now we have the tap tempo ones and they're mapped to 1 and 1 here on the execute grid and inside this MIDI item. So let's test it and see if it's working. So if we hit that, oh, I saw it tap. So I think we're good. We'll just drop these in at quarter note intervals. And as I play it back, tap tempo is working and gets to 120 real quick. I love that that works. This has a very Celtic vibe to it. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, Teeny, if you ever felt like playing Hollow Knight, it'd help you figure it out. It'd be fun. I'm not 100% sure it'd be your kind of game, but it is a good time. All right. So our tap tempo works. I'm gonna get rid of that. We know that works. So now let's go add in some more macros here. So I really hate the way that this program adds stuff in. So we want to, let's see here. What do I need to add first? I got my positions that we need to do. So let's go to our execute grid and look here. So we need to add in all of this stuff here in the positions, and we need to add MIDI automation to run all of this. So let's go add in a deal here. And let's name them all. So first things first is going to be reset, and then pan reset, and then we have tilt reset. I'm gonna be just like naming this, so let me just make Reaper full screen so you can actually read what I'm doing. I know it's kind of, maybe if I zoom it in a little bit, it'll be easier to read. There we go. I wish I could like scroll that over and make it bigger, but it doesn't let me make the piano roll larger, which I really don't like. I wish I could. There's got to be a way to make this wider, right? Piano roll. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not going to mess with that right now. We'll deal with that later. So let's go rename all of these notes that we're going to need. So we have... Why did you go away there? Rename current note. Dude, what is going on? Why is my thing freaking the fuck out? You see that? It's like adding and removing stuff on its own. Come on. Rename current note. Okay, there we go. I don't know what it was smoking there. Subtle tilt. One more. 165. Did I screw that up? I did. Oh man, that's gonna mess me up so many times. Subtle tilt. And then we have a little more, and then we have 165. I gotta remember to, like, tab backwards. Like, I guess I get why they did it, but it's still frustrating. 195. Forward. I'm gonna do this one line at a time, I think, so we'll, like, back and forth. Because if I screw something up, it's gonna be a huge problem to go back after the fact. Blinder, slight back. Hopefully I did my math and actually have enough MIDI notes to be able to do this. Wall out. Back wall. And then back wall line. And I'm pretty sure I'm going to have to go back to some of these palettes and rework some of them. Oh, you know what? I was going to put the times and stuff at the bottom of the thing. I don't necessarily love the organization of that, but at the same time it does make the most sense because those aren't going to change. Yeah, let's do that. I screwed this up. So we're going to do all the timings first. So we're going to say no times, no time, Dre time, 1 second, 2, oh damn it, I did that again, didn't I? No times, 1 second, 2 seconds, 2 seconds. I'm gonna do it like that. That looks better. 4 seconds. I'm gonna put an underscore in these. That just looks ugly. That's easier to read, I think. Where'd my music go? Just like a really quiet part of the track, apparently. Alright, so after 4 seconds, we have 6 seconds. I'm really not so sure that... Well, at least once all of this is done, I won't have to do it again. 8 seconds, 10 seconds. Man, this seems like it's going to be a lot. Then we have normal, reverse, out to in, and in to out. I also screwed that up. It should be lowercase. Okay, and then the rest of these should all be unnamed here. There we go. Get rid of those. Okay, so now let's go map all these out into Chamsys. So we want to insert automation. Let's just do this one at a time. I keep thinking I can blow through it, but what's up, Otherglow? How you doing? I think I need to test this and decide if it is just note on or if it's supposed to be note toggle. I need to figure that out. I think this one's supposed to be a toggle. I tested this the other day and I'm not remembering. How are you doing today, Otherglow? Hopefully you're doing well. We're gonna try doing it as a note on-off toggle because I think that's what I want it to be. So it's gonna be note 0 on channel 2, and it's gonna be execute toggle. Digging through VODs, learning how to play our songs again. Nice. Oh yeah, I totally understand that. So we got execute grid page 2, and now I got to do some guesswork here. I think this should be like 91, 81, where am I at? Okay, so that's still down there. 101, 111 maybe? Where is this going to be at? Let's go look at the execute grid and see. It's way, way down here. I wish this gave me execute grid numbers here. Because I'm looking for this, like... I feel like no times this should be like... I just gotta find something to give me a bearing of where I'm at here. Like 120 is something. Oh, that's not good. Oh wait, actually that doesn't matter. I remember what I did now. So we're gonna 131 should be 129. Yeah, this is gonna be a lot of guesswork to get this to work. So this is mover timing. I should add mover timing no times. This looks confusing as hell. Yeah, so what I'm doing here, I should give a quick rundown to show kind of what it is that I'm doing. Let me move this down and then we'll pull up a capture here. So basically what I'm doing is I'm going to be using this execute grid using palettes to control my lights. And this is basically kind of like a programming version of things so that I don't have to do things. So basically like I'm setting up MIDI triggers so that I can click on no times and then click a button to move the lights. Or if I wanted it to happen over 4 seconds, I could click 4 seconds and then click the new position and they'll move over to the new position. Or if I wanted to do them in like pairs of twos out to in over 4 seconds, I could click that via MIDI and then click on the button and they'll start moving in pairs. So basically I have all of the stuff built with the palettes here inside of Chamsys. Now I have to map all of the MIDI from Reaper so that I can control it as the show goes. So yeah, it's just going to be a lot of tedious stuff. But I figured if I was going to spend, 20, 30 hours doing this, I may as well jump on stream and show everybody what it is that I'm doing, right? Chamsys Reaper, and then I need to pull Chamsys back up and move it back up here. So yeah, it's a little confusing, but yeah, it's going to be super cool. I'm really excited about it, and it gives me a lot of flexibility in terms of like, rather than write like 100 or be limited by like 100 cue stacks or something that I have to like hard code what to do, I can change on the fly what they do. And my plan is to do everything very granular in terms of the programming, like on an individual light basis from the MIDI. And then what I can do is I can build MIDI blocks that do like big things that I want with lights, and I can save those, like save it as a MIDI block that I can import into the project and only have to do once at that point, if that makes sense. So MIDI note CC, we want it to be toggle on off, set it to execute toggle, and then we're going to test this before we go too deep in and make sure that this is how I want this to work. So now we want it to be on channel 2, note number 1, and this should be execute grid 130. 130. Oh, I need to set the page first. Page 2, execute grid 130. So this is mover timing underscore 1 second. That looks awful. Okay, so here's how we test this now. Being able to efficiently reuse things is 100% the name of the game, and the way that it works inside of like the actual lighting program, I kind of hate and don't really want to use. So this is kind of my my workaround for being able to do that. So let's go over here to the execute grid here, and we're just going to do some manual stuff and see if this works. So if I deselect that, if I hit play, I need to select a time selection here in Reaper. So I've got my time selection running, which should be switching back and forth between the no times and the 1 second. So theoretically, if I hit it, oh, I'm not in loop. If I hit it right now, it should go with no times. Oh, damn it, I don't have capture up here. I'm gonna, once again, move this. There's just too many fucking screens, man. So let's see if this is gonna work here. So if I hit it right now, it should happen with no times. And then now, it should happen over a second. I don't think that that's actually working. Actually, I'm fairly certain that that's not working. So, what do I need to change here in my macros? I know there was a way to do this without doing like an on-off kind of thing, but or without it being too fuckery. Let's change these to just being note ons. And then instead of execute toggle, we'll set it to execute activate. And maybe it still lets go. I hope I don't have to like create a separate like release queue as well. Actually, real quick, just to make this a little bit more obvious, I'm gonna change this to like 135, so that, well, maybe like 133, so I can test it with a shorter amount of time or a longer amount of time. That'll tell me a little bit more if it's actually working or not, right? So let's go to our execute grid. It should happen immediately. Now it happens over 4 seconds. Perfect. Now we're switched back over. Now it happens immediately. Now it's hitting the next MIDI note. We're back to 4 seconds. Now we're back to immediate. And boom. Okay. That's the answer. We got it. This is very much so turned more into a programming thing than anything else. Like it's a very programming heavy way of doing stuff for sure. So let's go through and test this and make sure it's, or I should finish macro page. So we just need to make the rest of these now. Oh man, I really hate the way this program thinks sometimes though. I did want to test and see if I can move these things around. I can, but I can't renumber them. That's fucking stupid. That's fucking stupid. Alright, actually wait, that time it renumbered them. Does it just like wait to renumber them? No. Great, everything's all fuckery now. Good. Whatever. I'm just gonna have to live with the fact that the way this thing does the numbered IDs is stupid, and then like I don't think it lets me update this as well. Let's try it. Can I like, yeah, I can't even, like it'll let me pull up the keypad thing, but it won't let me actually edit the field. That's lovely. Absolutely lovely. Let's get a little different vibe going here. Let's just change the colors a little bit. Actually, that's very aggressive. Let's find something that's a little bit more chill. Yeah, I like that. And then let's go move these because I don't like that position that they're in for just sitting here talking. Also, huge shout out to Otherglow for turning me on to these moving headlights. Without him, this wouldn't have been possible at all. He's the one to blame for all of this. Yeah, I know, right? So the funny thing is like I was having some issues with mine, like not paying attention and not like behaving correctly and ending up in wrong positions. But as soon as I got this new more professional lighting control system going, other than DMX's, I haven't had any problems with it. So I'm fairly certain that issue I had with them was just purely the DMX's box not doing its job. You know, it was funny though, because I did go to Guitar Center the other day to see if I could pick up a light, and it was really funny to me that, wait, why can't I insert automate? Why does it think I'm in the execute grid? Insert automation. But like they have the exact same light for like $220. Yeah, they are a little inconsistent. You're not wrong, but I mean, it beats paying $400 a pop for a moving headlight, right? Those things are just so damn expensive. So I want execute. Wait, why in the hell is it doing that? Dude, this Chamsys is all kinds of confused right now. It's like trying to throw in automation for the execute grid there. I have noticed they're great for the scale of show too. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like there's no real reason to have some super crazy, like, you know, Mac Vipers or something. Like they would just totally blow my room out anyways. I'd have to run them on like page 2, 131. Yeah, 10,000 lumens. It would just be not good. Mover timing 2 seconds. Like I can just imagine if I had some like rowy pointies or something, just like every now and again it would move and just fucking blow me away. The only thing that sucks is I'm at a point where I kind of wouldn't mind adding some moving headlights on the side wash and on the front and having a more full stage of moving headlights, but I'm out of channels in my DMX universe. And so I would have to get like another, like to upgrade, I would have to get like another, because right now I'm using an ArtNet node to get DMX into capture. So I'd have to get another ArtNet node for the lighting rig and another ArtNet node for capture, as well as getting an extended license for capture so that I could do more. And ugh, God, they'd pop balloons with the super high powered lights. Yeah, I'm at a point now where like I would probably want to go for some stupid thing where I get like a rack mount thing that gives me like 8 universes, just because like I know I would grow into it. But at the same time, like, dear God, what am I thinking? Why does it keep like thinking I'm in a different page? Boy, that's really obnoxious that it keeps like switching me out. You see that? It keeps like thinking that we're in the execute grid here. I'm gonna try something here. We're gonna reboot Chamsys because it's confused. But I mean, with that being said, I don't even have time to get everything done that I'm trying to get done right now, let alone like adding that much more, right? So let's, oh, I was going to use Blue Harvest. Let's kick on all the lights, test all dims. There we go. I don't know what it was doing. I think this program is one that like they make like actual, yeah, it's still confused. They make like actual consoles, you know, and it doesn't seem like they have extremely good support for their PC version of it. It seems like they just kind of like hackily port the console version over to the PC, and I'm just like constantly running into bugs and issues, which sucks because it still does so much more than like any other little $200 thing that I've been able to try and get to control DMX. Like, it is an actual like professional, you know, professional DMX deal. So like there's so much I can't do without it. But at the same time, it's just like kind of frustrating how buggy it is. Over timing, this is what, 4 seconds? Yeah, it's definitely, it's very capable. It's just like I've ended up banging my head against the wall a few different times, like trying to figure out like, am I fucking something up or is the program bugging out? And sometimes it's hard to tell. Sometimes it really feels like, you know, the program is just being a piece of shit. Which is stupid because with how much money they charge to get into this shit, it should work flawlessly. Like, I don't know, that just might be me being salty, but I do kind of feel like... Also, like, I should be able to, like, highlight a range of things and, like, insert a value into it. But I feel like it only works that way if I, like, click here. And even then it doesn't work. Like, sometimes it does, but... Oh, I probably have to cycle through these like this. And you can't like shift click either, or shift enter either to go back, so I have to be real careful to not pass it here. So can I actually like edit the value there? Okay, cool. So we can do that, but apparently I can't do it here. Weird. Oh, it's because I need to set it to MIDI note CC first. MIDI note CC, note on 5, 6. So I have like 16 channels of MIDI, with each of them having between like 60 and 127 MIDI notes that I need to go in here and map. So this is going to take some time. We're going to be here for a while. So y'all know what I'm doing today. And I could get it done faster, but I like to spend the time to go in and name everything. Very, like you see, I'm adding like the descriptions and everything. Like, I find that if I don't do that, it bites me in the ass every single time. So I've just gotten very accustomed to the idea that I'm gonna come in here and do this. You just gotta keep track of what the hell is what, right? I wish I could like color code this stuff. That would make it real nice. Over timing. I'm also aware of the fact that I think I'm using this in a fairly different way than most people do. Oh yeah, labeling is always worth it. Over timing 8 seconds. Oops, didn't caps it. Especially with like the fact that once I'm done with this, I probably won't come back and think about it again for months at a time. And eventually I'll want to come in and like, you know, change something. What was this? Was it, damn it, I didn't look. 14 seconds. Eventually I'll want to come change something, and inevitably I won't remember what I did if I don't go really hard on the labeling. Mover timing 20 seconds. I didn't want to do that. Oh, I really hate that I can't just edit. There's so many things that I wish could be slightly different about this. Mover timing. Is that what I still want? Timing, yeah. Because I still need to know what it's doing. We'll call that normal. Let's go test all of these and make sure they're working, because it doesn't actually like show me in the execute grid exactly what it's doing. So I'm just gonna pull up a MIDI deal here, and we're just gonna drop MIDI notes every couple seconds. It's kind of hard to tell if it's actually changing them because it doesn't light it up in the execute grid when you run it via automation like this, which kind of sucks. Oh, the normal one is something I need to change though. That's right. So this is going to be normal because I'm pretty sure those need to be the on-off toggles for those deals. I think, because I only want it to be in normal mode for as long as it's holding that. So once again here, we're going to have to get a little bit weird and pull up this on another computer. There's going to be a couple things that you're not able to see, I guess, as I'm clicking the positions. Okay. So right now we're going, I have normal selected, and I think the reason for that is because I need to change the macro for normal to be note on off and set it to a toggle. Not stack toggle, but execute toggle. So with that, it should only be in normal mode for as long as it's running on the normal mode MIDI map here. So let's see if we can do this. Let's do something like this so we can test the on off for the normal mode. And I want to deselect it. If I click on, oh, that's for 20 seconds, isn't it? Go up to normal. Wow, why does it feel like my DAW is just freaking dragging out? Is capture so you started coding for real? You're always sloppy with comments and labels? Yeah, exactly, same. Once I started really coding though, it became obvious that I had to like really spend time with it. Dude, Adobe, go away. Stop trying to update in the background. I don't know why my computer feels like it's just chugging drawing MIDI notes. Why is Netflix open? Go the hell away, Netflix. Notification manager. I hate these. I hate these Adobe programs that open like 500,000 threads of different things on your computer. Or the Xbox game thread or the phone app thing, all things that I don't want or need. And it's like, come on. Okay, so if I change them right now, we're apparently not in normal mode, and we're not switching timings, are we? Oh wait, okay, so we're adding timings now. But now once we're on the MIDI note being held, we should be in normal mode. And it doesn't appear like we are. Let's your auto hotkey script actually closes those out when you go to stream. Yeah, I should probably get like an auto hotkey script to do that. I haven't done that yet. I've just been closing the couple out that I need. I thought that this was supposed to be a toggle, like as long as that was being held, then normal mode would run, but it doesn't appear that that's the case. Let's see here. This is MIDI note number 9. Let's go double check in our macro that it's number 9. It helps if you change the MIDI channel to the correct MIDI channel. Pro tip. MIDI channel 2. Hey. How much you want to bet it works now? Oh. Play. Still doesn't seem to be working. Oh, yeah, they're definitely just there for decoration. So maybe it doesn't need to be toggle, because that doesn't seem to be working. So let's try this. Maybe I want to use MIDI note off on, but still just set it to activate. Let's try that. Oh, wait, never mind. Yeah, so I need execute toggle. Why does it keep going to Q release? I have it set to execute toggle. But when I pull it up, it's sitting on Q release. I wonder if this thing's like being buggy again, like sets all MIDI channels to 69. See, this is what I'm talking about some of the things about this software that's buggy. Like if I double click on this, like my function is set to execute activate, but it like thinks I'm on stack toggle, which clearly it's working, but like it's just like buggy the way it like pulls that up. It should pull up and it should have highlighted whatever I have running. Like it for sure shouldn't be doing something else. I really hope I don't have to make like separate activate release queues for this. That would really suck. Go. Still not working. Okay, I know I had this working the other day. How did I have it working? I tore down the quick bits of MIDI automation I wrote because I wanted to do it on stream and rebuild it, and I should have like taken a picture of how I had it rigged up. Let's go look at the macros again. What if I just set it to note on? I need it. Okay, so we're set to note on. I just need to double check this and think here. So it's note number 9 on channel number 2, which is correct. We're on channel 2. It's hitting execute grid page 2, and it's hitting the normal button. That all looks right. So how come when I have the button being held down, can I check in here to see if we're even getting the MIDI in? Yeah. Note on 9 at 127. So I'm getting that, and then here we should get the note off. Okay, so Chamsys is at least seeing it. Right now we're on note off. Let's see what happens once we get the note on. There it is, and still not working. How did I make this work? Wait, hold on. Normal is selected. Oh, it's because I don't have it set to times, huh? There we go. So I needed to have times set. Okay, I understand. So now I do want it to be... Good God. Why are these context menus so fucking terrible? Now I think I want it to be execute toggle. I think. Let's try it and find out. We're running playback. Okay, so no, execute toggle. Oh wait, hold on. It removed times. It still hasn't released it yet. So no, execute toggle is not the answer. At least we only have to figure this out once. Let's try execute activate. I really don't want to make 2 queues for this, like, but that may end up being what we have to do here. Alright, so we're on. Oh wait, hold on a second. I should click off normal and remove this MIDI note. Actually, let's just move this MIDI note up to 1 second because that'll let me know if it's working. Pull back. Okay, so it clicked on normal. Now once we turn off normal, boom, it's still on normal. So I need something to remove that on the note off, which I think means I have to do... Man, I could have sworn that toggle worked here. What if we just set it to just note on? got normal. Because it needs to be able to turn off so that it can go back to... Because unfortunately, the only thing that like works is to click it again. So maybe... And maybe I do have to do like a separate note off cue. Let's try it. I might have to do like a... You can't assign something to note off. No, I can. I was just kind of hoping to not have to do like a second layer of automation. Like, I swear there should be a way to, because you can do like note on, note off right here. And I thought that worked. I thought I remembered I had that working so that like when the note turned off, it like released the button. But that doesn't seem to be the case here. It doesn't seem to be releasing. So, also I'm showing off the wrong thing here. You can't even see the lights running. I'm stupid. So if you see, they're still running the normal. So we're gonna try creating a... Whoa, Sarah Jazz, what is up? How was your beach party stream? Hopefully you're doing good. We're doing really, really fun programming work. How y'all doing? Welcome to the stream. Right now I'm fighting with programming, trying to figure out why these lights are not listening to me at the moment. So what I'm working on, for anybody who hasn't seen my stream before, oh, you had some high quality real beach content, huh? I think I saw that. Yo, Sarah, thank you so much for the gift sub, or 3D Code Warrior. Sorry, I read that backwards. Thank you so much. Okay, so what I'm trying to do right here, let me show you. I have, if I go to my execute grid, I have a bunch of positions built into my lights, and I'm trying to work on getting them to control and do things the way that I want them to. So right now I've got like MIDI programming setting it to do that, and I want to be able to toggle back and forth between having them move in pairs like that, or just being able to let go of them, let me move them when I want to. So programming fun. And right now I'm just having a hard time remembering exactly how this program thinks. So how did you all enjoy the beach stream? Was it a lot of fun? Did you have a good time? Also, if I'm, just in case I'm missing anything, I'm trying to keep an eye on everything. But so let's go ahead and I'm gonna set this to note on, and we're gonna do this the way that I really didn't want to do it. I'm just gonna like build in a second cue, and we'll do MIDI note on note channel 9, but it needs to be MIDI channel 2. It was awesome. Nice. I'm afraid what I'm doing here is a little bit on the very long and tedious side of things. So we'll go to button number 138, and we'll call this normal release. Oop, I didn't spell that out. Normal release. Let's see if this is the way it wants me to do this. I'm kind of hoping that it's not, but I guess it would theoretically work. I just need to set it to note off. So I guess if I do it that way, no clue what's happening here. So what I'm working on essentially is, like I said, if you see on this side of the screen here, this is kind of like a 3D. What's up, Slongo? How you doing? This is like a 3D recreation of my actual real life studio, and I use it as a way to test out and write new lighting stuff that will actually be used from my live set writing in the stream. So over there, it's all like mannequins, and we can take a look at like different angles and different aspects of my room and what's going on. And this lets me test out stuff before bringing it to the real lights so that I can kind of anticipate what's actually going to happen. It saves me a lot of headache of not having to run the fog machine all the time and run up the huge power bill, because I can just run it here in the computer. You're doing pretty good? Oh, it's nice to see you too. Let's see if this is actually listening to me now. So it should be in normal mode, so they move in a line, and then we're gonna hit a note off right now, and it let go. Okay, so that is how we have to do it. That sucks. It just means 2 cues for every single thing. So it should be back into normal mode now. If I click, they should move in pair or in a line. It sucks, but at least we know why it's doing what it's doing. So that's, you know, ultimately not the worst thing in the world, I guess. So yeah, if you're ever curious how you make a stream with lighting and everything run, it's just a whole lot of tedious button pushing. So let's do this. Let's see here. And thank you all so much for coming in and hanging out. Let's see here. I need to go back to my macros and we need to continue on. So let me pull up Reaper here so that you all can see what I'm doing there. Let's go back to our, where's it at? I need to go back to my execute grid and look at what my next few buttons are. I'm going to leave myself a 1 button gap for room to grow just in case, maybe. Reverse, and then we have out to in, and then we have in to out. Man, I might not have the extra button to leave, so we're just going to go ahead. Actually, you know what? Let's finish all of these, and then we'll get to the gobos. We'll do it all. We'll do it all a little bit more straightforward. Yo, Brainless Tarmac and Mochi Crunk, thank you so much for the follow. And yeah, Sarah, it's taken me, I've been working on this program and this kind of like, I think I started building the 3D model of my room here just about a year ago. And it's taken me, I would say probably about that year to really start getting the hang of what it is that I'm doing here. Like I still don't like fully have a good grasp on all of it, and I'm very much so struggling through this program. But slowly making that progress. Also, for anybody who is not aware, which since you're coming from Sarah's stream, I'm assuming most of you are, but we got some silence noise playing in the background. I was enjoying some of his instrumental music while we work on this. This is going to be note number 10 for both of these, which appreciate you, Silence, for making this all non-DMCA'd and for having the instrumental. Super cool of you, because the instrumental version is actually really nice to have while you're streaming. It actually does make quite a bit of a difference. Page 2, page 2. Now we got to do some guessing here. We want these to be 139. I can't edit them that way. Okay, I can't edit them that way. So now we have in... Oh, did I do that wrong? I think I did that wrong. Let's go back to our execute grid and double check it. So it should be normal, reverse. Yeah, I did do that wrong. Reverse. He is everything except silence. You are 100% not wrong. He is, he's a good dude, and he's one of the very first people that I met here on Twitch. He's probably the person I've known the longest, and through him I pretty much met all of my friends here on Twitch, so huge shout outs to the Silence Noise. That dude is a hard-working bastard. And just an all-around good dude, which I'm sure you all are aware. Oh, go back to my macros. So this is reverse, activate. I should rename the other ones. And this is reverse, release. Yeah, he is a really good dude. So this is normal, activate. You know, I got into music thinking, like playing guitar, thinking, oh, I'm just gonna have so much fun playing guitar, and instead all I do is sit here editing values and basic, like, me being a music streamer has 100% turned into me having a data entry job, which I find pretty hilarious. Channel 2, so I'm just kind of going through and setting all these up, and then we'll test them all at the same time. Page 2 should be 140. That one I just hear his Mad Money. All I hear is his alerts. What is this? This is out to in, activate. And so I had mentioned earlier, but you'll notice that I'm spending a lot of time in here doing like really minute things. And a big reason for that is because I want to have it all very detailed in how I name it and organize it, so that when I come back later, I know exactly what it is that I did and why. Because if I don't, I will 100% forget. I didn't want that to be scheduled. I want it to be MIDI note. But yeah, we do a lot of live music streams on here as well. I think Saturday I'll be doing that with Darth and Deanie, so if anybody is interested in checking that out, we'll be doing that soon. Oops, that's not what I wanted to do. We want to make all of these channel 2. And then this is an execute release, execute, activate, execute release. Big thing is just making sure I don't like forget where I'm at and do something stupid. And I have a tendency to do that. 140, so this is out to in release. I don't think that grabbed the right cell. Out to in. Oops. You want to see something real fun over here on my Reaper screen? I'll pull this up. I have this running in the background. Where you at? This is my PowerShell script that's backing up to my external drive. I've always had like a, or not always, but recently I got a NAS, but I have like an offsite location now where I store an external drive that I rotate. I was looking at it and I have like, it's something like 250,000 files over like 3 terabytes that runs the stream. So I was starting to feel a little bit uncomfortable about not having a real backup system. Which, by the way, I should say, if anybody has any like questions as to what I'm doing or why, feel free to let me know. I'm just kind of like bowling through here. So this is in to out, activate, out to in, release. I capitalized the out. I want to fix that. I can't hold control and jump back to the beginning. That sucks. Okay. I have note 12. Note 12. We want to make sure that we're not screwing something up here. And then the releases should be note offs. Note offs. Okay. Let's hit the old save button. I'm paranoid. Okay, so now if we change our macro from the normal and set it up to reverse, let's go to our execute grid and run this like we were before. Now we should run the reverse version, which yes, it's running in reverse. And now that we're on note off, we should go back to normal. Okay, so that one works. Let's test the out to in. These are the fun ones because they work symmetrically, so they look really good. So if I run it now, we should get like a cool symmetrical in to out kind of thing. And then now they should go back to operating as a unit. Cool. And then we have the opposite of that, moving from the in, moving outwards. So we get this cool kind of movement, and then when we get off, we should move back into a unit. Cool. All right. Everything worked. Are they all just the position intensity? Like, is the color control independent at all? Yeah, the color control is independent. I built it so that everything is independent. So the way I'm running like the color and the dimmers right now is I just have some cues turned on. Like these are just test cues. I'm not actually like using them at the moment. But like, for example, I could come over to the execute grid here and like move the position of the lights. Actually, let me do this. I'm going to kick it up to like 8 seconds. I'll make it like 10 seconds. So like while they're moving, I could come in here and be changing the colors of everything independently. So yeah, it'll all be run independently. Some things are going to be run by MIDI notes like this, and other things are going to be read by run by timecode playbacks using MIDI timecode. The master. You're kidding, right, Otherglow? Like, I am very much so just like trying to like figure this shit out. It's so over my head. I'm lucky that I'm like it amazes me that I was able to get all this up and running at all. I need to show you Reaper. So now we're going to set up the gobos. We have Spiral, we have Splat, we have Spot, Flower, TARDIS. These didn't have real names, so I kind of gave them my own name. So if they seem weird, that's why. Then there's the Gobo Shakes, Spot Shake, TARDIS Shake, Not Shake. But yeah, I'm than most arena shows you've worked. Well, I mean, you know, I have the benefit of not having to actually run it live, right? Like I can program out things that would be too hard for a human to pull off in a realistic time frame. So in some respects, you know, it makes sense that I'm able to do things in a way that's a little bit more complex than what you would get in real life. And yeah, lots of MIDI programming. Like, to get this new light rig running, I've got probably a good week or so of MIDI programming. But I appreciate you, Otherglow. That's kind of you to say. What's going to happen, though, is I'm going to get it all done, and then I'm going to change something about the light rig, and I'm going to be fucked. Like, I've spent months trying to think of how to future-proof this to make sure that, like, if I change something or work on something, it's not going to, like, just completely and totally screw me. And I just don't know enough about it yet, or know enough about what problems I'm going to run into to, you know... Take it easy, Sarah. Thank you so much for the raid, and glad you had a good stream. It's good to see you. And once again, like, I know this was months ago, but huge thanks for having me on the Music Exposed with you and Silence. We really appreciate you both. So let's do page 2. And we need to do a little guess and check here to see if we can find where the first one is. So it's like 118, maybe 116. If next week you're like, I work at Disney on that huge 360 degree LED, you wouldn't be surprised. That'd be fun. Honestly, like, it would be a lot of fun to work with people again. You know, I've spent so much time working on my own now. It would be a lot of fun to do some stuff working with people, but I know all of you music streamers feel probably exactly the same way. I'm gonna call this Spiral Gobo. These ones, I think I should just be able to, like, click the button and walk away, right? Like, these shouldn't be anything complicated. Man, I really wish that over here in Reaper it still showed me the MIDI note number. I guess it's not gonna matter down the road, but I still don't like it. 14 is gonna be execute activate 2 114. Let's go double check that these are working before we map them all out. Splat Gobo. So we should be able to pull capture back up. And I'm going to hit the MIDI notes in Reaper. And it should change the gobos. Alright, cool. And what I'm looking at, you should be able to see them, like, switching the pattern, but I'm just mapping all these gobos out to MIDI notes in Reaper so that I can change them on the fly throughout songs. In the real world, a operator would sit at Chamsys and they would press all the buttons and they would do it, but I can't do that because I'm playing guitar, so I have to write all of this MIDI automation to allow Chamsys, or allow Reaper to talk to Chamsys, essentially. 1 2 3 4 5 6 maybe. Oh, this is gonna get real messy real quick. Set those to MIDI note ons. We want it to be channel 2. I know, like, this is getting down below where you can see, but we need to go find execute activate. I wish there was a better way to do this than to just enter through. I don't like doing it this way. Ah, see, and that's why, because I can't just shift and click it. Motherfuck. Gotta, like, go all the way back through. Execute activate. There's got to be a better way to do this that I just don't know, right? But I kind of just, like, crash course this program through the manual and watching well, actually, mostly through the manual, because honestly, all of the YouTube videos involving using this, even the ones that are, like, from the company, are kind of shit. That GUI doesn't give a lot of hope. Dude, it's so fucking ugly. It, like, and you know what the sad thing is? Can I group them? So yes, I can, and I do have them grouped. So, like, if I come over here to my Q store, this is where I've, like, built a bunch of groups, and now I need to take that grouping and convert them into things like so. For example, I have stuff in groups like I could turn on just the movers. I could turn on just the lights that I use for when we play games, and then over here in, like, the main layout view, I have all of these groups up here built, and these are, like, all of my different groupings of lights. So, like, I could grab everything and I could turn up the intensity, or I could grab, like, just the lights for the drummer, so I can, like, kind of create my own groups. But then what I have to do is I have to stash whatever things I do into, like, little containers so that I can control them via MIDI. So, like, I have all the groups built, and now it's time to go write all the MIDI automation. So, and yeah, like, I have certain things where I can do, like say, for example, I turn up these duo splits that I built. I could change the colors from here with my palettes. Like, I could go red on one side and blue on the other side and create, like, a split lighting kind of thing. Or, and this is how I write lights quickly. So I built, like a tri-split grouping pattern. So let's say I know I want to do, like, 3 different lights. I kind of picked out areas of lights that I knew were kind of like would make for good looks. So I could go in here and real quickly be like, okay, section 1 make white, section 2 make blue, and section 3 make cyan, and I can really quickly put together kind of like cohesive looking things by just changing that. Like I could switch that to yellow, although that's fucking ugly. So this way I can kind of audition things out and find like what groups of things end up looking good together like that. Like, you know, real quickly I can put together color schemes that look good, and then I'll save this as a color palette. Well, actually, I guess I'm saving them as cues. Hopefully that answers your question. So, that's what I've been able to learn from working on this so far. Which I've been using Chamsys for like, I think like 3 or 4 months now, so it might even be like 6 months at this point. Although I kind of took a break because I had to wait till I could afford they charge you like $720 for a USB stick that all it does is allow you to write MIDI automation. Like, I haven't been doing anything for a while just because I haven't been able to MIDI automate until now. Just because I had to pay the you don't own a console, you want to use a computer tax. Oh, you were referring to what I was doing? I could group them, but I'm kind of choosing not to, because what I'm going to do is I'm going to map them kind of one-to-one from Reaper into Chamsys, and then I'm going to write blocks of MIDI that have like specific things selected. So like I'll write a MIDI thing and save that as a MIDI block, and I'll be grouping them that way, just because for the nature of the way I'm running the show, that's going to give me the most flexibility. Not Gobo. Hopefully that makes sense. It'll make more sense once I get to the point where all of the MIDI like connections are made and I can start writing the MIDI blocks. But that seems to me like it's going to be the best way to control everything. Again, I'm just kind of learning all this on the fly, so I'm sure that there are certain things that I'm doing that are probably kind of stupid. Oh, I need to map the MIDI notes, don't I? That would have been real frustrating if I was like, why isn't this not working? God, there should be a button that I can hit to just like make the numbers go ascending. Also, what's up, Deanie? How's the zooms? A0. Why does that say A0? I don't like that. Because I'm not on channel 2. Still says A0. That's weird. Oh, interesting. It's giving me like the note numbers, or like the note names now. I understand why it's giving me the A0. So apparently like it doesn't see notes. Wow, it's like off by an octave or something. Weird. Whatever. But in case you were wondering how all of this stuff works, this is how I do it. I'm sure that there's different ways to do it, and there's smarter ways to do it that are a little bit less granular. But I'm a little bit of a control freak with this stuff, and I know that I'm going to have hundreds of songs to do. So I want to make sure I have the most possible flexibility with everything moving forward. Is Great Shake the last one? Let's go look at the execute grid. It is. Cool. So let's go back to our macros. I'm so glad I have coffee for this. Not shake. I got rid of a couple of the gobo shakes that I knew I was never going to use, and a couple of the gobos that I knew that I hated. Just because the splat one just looks really freaking stupid for the most part. It's like a Nickelodeon splat. There's no way I'm ever going to use that. Okay, so I mapped all the notes, I mapped all the channels, execute grid pages, everything's good. This is starting to get to be a huge block of... Oh yeah, most of what I use the gobos for actually is if I'm going to push the lights off screen so you don't see the gobo patterns, but you get like the breaks in the beams. That's pretty much the only reason I ever turn gobos on, is to get the break up in the beams because I think it looks cool. Because the straight spotlight, hey, my MIDI automation works. The straight spotlight can look a little bit little bit static, and having those breakups in the beams can look pretty cool sometimes. I'm honestly almost kind of tempted to like crack those things open and see if I could make my own gobo wheels, but I'd have to like buy a separate light and do some testing. I am still tempted to see about replacing, like, to see if I could get like Noctua fans to replace a lot of the fans in some of my lights to see if I could get them to be quieter. But I'm afraid of breaking them. But I know you had sent me a video of somebody cracking it open and pulling it all apart, and I think it might be possible, but I don't know how well computer fan... Like, I mean, I guess realistically, you know, a fan is just a simple technology. You put a little power into it and it spins. It's not like it's doing anything all that complicated. Yeah, they're pretty accessible. I watched a few videos of people opening them up, and it seemed like it wasn't going to be too big of a deal, but... Okay, does this actually show me which gobo is selected? Very cool. So we can go through here and test that all of these are working. I'm just going to drop in a MIDI note and move it up channels. Capture still doesn't have the ability to show the shake gobos. That's kind of a bummer, but I can live with it. Okay, all those are done. Now it's time to start mapping in the positions. Good God. This ought to be fun, right? Okay, so I think we'll do it... Man, do I want to do this like a line at a time? How many are there? There's 16 to a line, right? Is that how I did this? What's my grid size? Where does it show me? 16 by 10. Okay, so 16 across. So I need 16 buttons here. So let's just do that. I have 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Okay, 16 new buttons. These are all just going to be MIDI CC notes. All of them note on. They're all still channel 2. And we got 16 channels of MIDI to get through, everybody. It's going to be fun. And these should all be execute activate, I think. I hope I don't have to do like the on-off toggle. I think this one, they're all in solo mode. So I'm pretty certain that once one activates, it should deactivate the other one, like the others. I'm pretty sure that that's how this is going to work. Page 2, and then, so we want to start up here. And we want to go find our first deal, which should be on, not 11, it's going to be on 17. Yep. So we have 17, 18, 19. Man, I wish there was a different way I could do this. 20, 21, 22, 23. But, oh wait, did I skip 24? No, I didn't. 25. 26. I wish that they had a way for me to like organize this a little bit more. 27, 28, 29. Man, I should find a better way of organizing this. 32, 33. Okay. Pause, reset. Pause, pan, reset. So I'm building this in a way, I'll show you part of why I'm doing like having a reset and a pan reset is I want to be able to do things to where like, let's say I'll go to my grid. Let's say I pull up this. If I just want to leave the tilt, like I want to obviously have a reset button so I can throw everything back to 0. But again, let's say we're here. I also want to be able to say like, let's keep the tilt, but just reset the pan, or vice versa. Like maybe we go here and I want to keep the pan, but just reset the tilt. This should give me the ability to like, you know, in some ways create new positions that way, because now I have the pan from the W cue, but the tilt from the forward cue. So this is like technically a new position that I don't have hard coded, because I have certain ones have both pan and tilt information in them here. So you can see if it like moves on to just one, it does. But since 195, since up is still lit up, that means it's still using the pan information from the up palette, but pulling the tilt information from 195. If I set to all out, that won't be the case, but we could do like a tilt reset here. And so now once again we have like a new pan position that's different. So now I can like pan them left and right like that, which I need to set up more cues like that. Like that was kind of my initial plan, but I ended up building a lot of like pre-built stuff just because it ended up being easier to have a lot of these like kind of canned looks. Yeah, exactly. This gives me the ability to like, you know, like so right now, for example, this top down bottom X, you know, we could like add in tilt and it keeps the pan, or, you know, I could move to something else and I could create a couple things that are just some pan cues, which I kind of already did when I built all these positions. And if I'm being honest, I mean, I have a shit ton of positions here. Like there's nothing I'm going to be really like lacking. So now we get to do the really boring part. Let's go back to our macros and start naming these. Oh man, I wish I could move this descriptor thing. I think I can do it this way though. Can I just like type and do it this way? Like pause, tilt, reset. Can I just edit it that way? Okay, I can. That's good. Pause a little more. I also should rename all of these later, but this will work for now. Pause, 165. Slight forward. Like, in some ways I know that like all of this is wildly unnecessary because I'm trying to build myself a level of flexibility in the lighting that probably doesn't matter for the scale of the show that I'm doing. But, you know, honestly, this stuff is fun to me, so. As sad as that is, I kind of do really enjoy the minute, just making it work, you know, it's kind of fun. Pause, slight back. Pause, all out. Also, I'm still kind of amazed that so much of this stuff is even like possible sometimes, you know what I mean? Like, and sorry, I know I'm like looking away from everybody a little bit, but I guess I am like looking into the stream at that point, so it's not the worst thing in the world, right? Pause, back wall. Back wall line. But what's really nice about doing things this way compared to the way my other lighting system was is that if I decide a palette doesn't look good, like if I think a position isn't looking quite right and I go edit it and I say like, no, move these lights over here, that'll edit globally, so everywhere I use it throughout all of the stream will get updated, and I don't have to go dig through 50 cues in random songs to try and figure out where the hell that thing is being used and where it needs to be updated, you know? 25, 26. Can I really not do that here? That's stupid. 20, not 2, 26. Yeah, it's one of those it's one of those things that like it takes a long time to set up, but at least down the road, if I end up changing my mind about something, like for example, you know how those the RGB bars that we use, I think we were talking about this in your stream the other night, Otherglow, that when you set them on white, they actually have like a bit of a magenta to them because there's so much blue involved in the white. Once I white balanced my cameras, I couldn't get that to go away, and I'm kind of stuck with it in my stream as it is right now. But once I switch over to this system, if I decide that the white doesn't look quite right, I can go edit my white palette, and since all of my cues are grabbing from the white palette, then everything in the whole show will update its white based off of whatever I change that one palette to. So like right here, like if I go to layer 1 and I grab just those lights, like say I grab just the tri-strips and I edit the white, I can update this white palette right here. Like if I click that, they all turn white. If I go edit these values, so let's say I want to remove some of that blue and remove some of the green, I can just hit record and update the palette. And now every single cue that uses, like everything in the whole show that uses that white is going to be updated and use that updated white color. So if I ever need to white balance my cameras or change anything, I can change any of the colors right here for the whole show at any given time. And that makes me feel real good. That was one of those things that I stressed a lot when I was first like trying to figure out how to make all this work. It became a very important thing to figure out, and that ultimately is why I went for this piece of software rather than sticking with the old one, because with the old DMX software, like here I can show you, I have it open, If I go over to, actually, I'll just pull up Reaper. If I pull up like what's running my lights back here, it's just like old school DMX faders. So like for each different one, like if I go to like this blue green 2 one that I have, if I wanted to change anything, everything that I change only updates this one queue. There's no way to like globally update the white across all queues, which made that software, like once I realized that was the case, that kind of made that software a bit obsolete in my mind. Basically meant that I wasn't going to use it anymore. Okay. Hey, look, it worked. Pause, reset, and also I'm going to be typing that pause with an underscore every time, so yours is even jankier. Yeah, finding good lighting software is tough because it seems like they sell a lot of just kind of like, you know, a lot of just like it works stuff to people because learning this takes a long time and they want people to actually be able to use the lights, which makes sense. And that's kind of like my goal, Otherglow, is to make every aspect of my stream extremely modular and very like, I've been doing that. That's what I've been going back and reworking my Reaper project with. You know, like, I don't know why I didn't think that way when I first started. I think is because, and I'm sure you feel this too, but like, it can be hard when you feel like you need to get enough songs to put on a full show. And so since I felt like I needed to get a lot of material, I kind of barreled through a lot of stuff and I got a lot done, but a lot of it is not as clean or modular as I would like for it to be, and so now I need to go back and fix that. Forward. So that's kind of like the goal of this year. It sucks too that I did it because, and I'm sure you feel the same way, like at the time it felt like you're doing it just to get going, but it ends up costing you so much time in the long run. Fan blinder, like it's just so much easier to you know, get it right the first time. Like I remember I did a studio session for a band and we were recording drums, and they were a little upset at me because I took a lot of time like throwing up the kick drum mic, and then I would go line check that mic before, like, you know, we set all the mics up, but I would put that mic in and I would plug it in and I would line check it, and then try and get like a basic sound to it, and then I'd plug in the next mic, line check it, and then make sure we didn't have any phase. And I did that all the way through all 20 mics or whatever we used, just because like I didn't want to like plug in all the cables and then try and throw up all the faders and then try and figure out what the fuck wasn't working, you know, because there's always something that doesn't work every time. So it ends up always being worth it to take that extra step. Back wall line. Back wall line. All right, let's go test these. So is that not hitting the reset cue? Because if I hit the reset cue, that should... I think it wasn't hitting it because it was already there. Oh, you know what? So there we go. Hand reset worked. So that's interesting. If I hit the reset button, it doesn't do anything. That kind of worries me a little bit. Let's find out. Pan reset, tilt reset. Oh, I missed one somehow. I missed subtle tilt. So did I forget to put that in the macros? I did. Shit. Well, the numbering is all fucked up anyway, so we're just gonna do this. We're gonna just fix it. Oh god, this is gross. Real quick, I'm gonna go run to the restroom. I'll be back in just a second. I'm gonna let the music roll, and I want to make sure I can think, so be right back. Alright, I'm back. Oh, no worries. I'm just here programming, so I totally understand why anybody would be lurking. This is a long and arduous process. So I screwed up the naming. Or did I screw up the naming? Let's go take a look. Let's go to my execute grid. So it's tilt reset. A little more. Yep, I missed subtle tilt, so we need to go back and redo this. Oh wait, this is supposed to be subtle tilt. Subtle tilt. Man, there's just, oh, you know what? There's a better way to do this. We're gonna do it like this. Ready? Boom, copy, paste, copy, paste, copy. There we go. This is the quick way to do this. I just gotta make sure I don't fuck it up like that. I think I'm still doing this correctly. Should be here. Grab that. We'll have to double check all of this work, but so now this should be a little more. I need to rename some of these. This is just kind of gross naming. Okay, reset. So let's go back now and look at our macros and kind of look through these and see where I screwed up. So I missed number 20. I don't know how I managed to do that. So execute, activate. I mean, I know how I managed to do that. It's a lot of really repetitive information. Let me just show off Chamsys here. We're going to get rid of that. So this should be, what, 20? Subtle tilt. Wow, that was a really lucky guess. Pause. Subtle tilt. And then it needs to be channel 2, and the note is note number 26. So let's move that into the correct position here. 26, so it should be right. Note number 26 should be right there. Okay. So now we need to go through the rest of these and re-update their notes because they're all going to be wrong. 28, 29, 30, 31, 2. I wish there was a way to like, I like the way Universal Audio does this, how they have like a drag function that'll let you like update them all numerically in order. I know that that's inside their own ecosystem and they can kind of control everything that happens in a way that like Chamsys can't really account for. All right, let's go back and check through these and see if they work, see where the breaks are. All right, so we have reset, pan reset, tilt reset. Now we have subtle tilt. Now we're tilted a little bit more. 165. Should have overrode a little more. That's kind of weird, isn't it? Unless all of my lights aren't in that queue, maybe. Let's find out. I'm gonna like manually click them and find out. So hit reset, a little more. 165. Okay, so there must be like a couple lights that aren't affected by that. I have no idea why those two aren't canceling each other out, but I guess ultimately it doesn't matter. For now, slight forward. 195 pushes them further. Then we have a full forward. Cross high. Blinder. Fanned out blinder. Slightly pushed back towards the drummer. We have all out, which is like the end of the song kind of thing. We have lights on the back wall. And on a line on the back wall. So all that is good so far. Here we go for some more. Next row. Oh, I feel stupid. I wasn't showing you what was going on here on Chamsys or on Reaper. I was just going through and testing that when I move the MIDI notes, the lights are moving accordingly. So what's cool about this is now I could theoretically, like, you know, write the MIDI notes and walk away and we'd be good to go. Okay. I'm still not quite sure why when I click the MIDI note of the full reset, it's not turning the others off, but it is pushing them into full reset. So I guess I'm not that worried about it. Oh, so it looks like Creative Minds is building their new PC, so I want to check that out. I know he was pretty excited about getting that going. Okay, line number 2 of 5. Good God. This is, let's save. Hey, there's going to be a guitar solo that I played here in a second, I think. If this is the song that I think it is. Yeah. Okay. Why did that do anything? Okay. Okay, so I did name front out already. Interesting. That was a fun solo to work on. So let's name all of these real quick over here in Reaper. I'm gonna pull up Reaper. Oops, I just want position. Position, front, out. All in. Oops, I hit the caps lock. All out. Jaws. W. Stop hitting caps lock. And then we have Tetra. Fence. Regal. Arch. I think I put these, I don't remember how I organized this. I thought I was trying to do it alphabetical for a minute, but I think I did it by like type. So the ones next to each other should be somewhat similar types of patterns. Down, down, fan out, down, oh, I forgot that, down, fan in. Okay. So there's that line. Now we just need to go add 16 notes of automation in the macros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Dear God, I wish there was a better way to organize all of this. I wish I could have like an automation page per MIDI channel, because otherwise, like, this is gonna get real big and messy real quick. Well, not messy, but it's just gonna get to be a lot to remember. Channel 2, set them all to execute activate. And we're still on page 2. So we have 34. Can I do it this way? No, I can't. I gotta click in. That sucks. I wish I could just edit, but it's selecting heads when I do that. 7. Let's go ahead and bring capture back. It's funner, more fun to look at. Tetra fence 40. I'm gonna take the extra time to keep all of these in order. I'm gonna not worry so much about the numbered ordered IDs. I would love to keep those organized too, because it would make me a lot happier if I could just tell it to like reorder IDs based off of where they're at in the list right now, which seems stupid to me that I can't do. Like, there should be like a button up here on the ID macro that's like reorder, like, you know, reorder them 1 to whatever based off of where they're at right now, but apparently that's not possible. I'm not a fan of that. Yeah, plug my phone in. This is going to take probably a month or two till I'm ready to start actually programming lights, I'm thinking. But, you know, it'll be worth it. Because the thing is, like, the first couple are going to take a while, right? But, like, with this setup, once I get... The more songs I have written, the more blocks I have built that I can already grab from. So, like, each successive song should become faster and faster to create with this system, I believe. Or at least that's my hope. 253, 4, 55. I wonder if I can copy and paste across programs, like across computers. How much you want to bet I can? 55. Wait, how does that make sense? How are we on 55? Oh, because I already named all of these. Okay, that actually does make sense. So if that's the case, can I come into rename note, copy, come over to this computer, and paste? No. No, I cannot. I mean, I guess I shouldn't be surprised that doesn't work. I'm using a remote protocol to get to a computer that's remoting into another computer, so I guess it's not completely surprising that it... Oh my god, I can click the paste button. It totally does keep it on the clipboard. Hell yeah. I wish there was a better way to do that. I wonder if I can MIDI macro that, or if I can write a Reaper hotkey for that. Options, actions, MIDI rename current note. What was it? Damn, you can't set a macro for that. That sucks. That's too bad. So that was all in. Then we need all out. I hate having to click paste. That's stupid, but I should have a clipboard editor on here so that I could just like load them all up on the clipboard and go down the line. That's what I should do. I think Windows 10 actually might have like a clipboard thing like that, but I have no idea if that would work across two remote connections. I have no idea. This is a good track. I like this one. It sucks, but it's better than typing it all in multiple times. That was Fence, Regal. It's kind of better. I hate sitting on the mouse, though. I really do hate that. Arch. But yeah, thank you all for coming in and hanging out while I do a bunch of tedious copy pasting. Space. It's like having a data entry job. Crown. We're getting close to done with line 2. But like I said, once we're done with the initial build, it'll make light writing super, super easy. And it gives me a level of granular control that I just wouldn't have otherwise. And we all know I'm a control freak. Or so I've been told. How did I miss eyes down? Like, over here. Did I just go too far with the MIDI notes? It must have added more than I thought it did. So this should be down, fan, out. I need that. Okay, and then this is going to be eyes down, but I'll wait till I type that in. Alright, let's go back to capture, and let's test this out and see if they're all working correctly. Pull up our execute grid. I'm going to drop in my MIDI note on, let's see here, we should be starting on, I'm going to start on back wall line. Front out. All in. All out. Jaws. W. Tetra. I can't say that any other way. It's got to be W. Fence. Regal. Arch. Cross space. Crown. Curtain. Down. So apparently curtain doesn't have pan information, maybe? Down fan out. Down fan in. Cool. And then we could like leave it pan by just doing like a tilt reset, right? Oh, that's not what I meant to do. Do down fan in and do a pan reset. So it gives me some cool options. Do a full reset. Okay, those all worked. Let's start writing in the next round into our MIDI editor here. Also, I want to be saving this, don't I? I want to save note CC names to file, stream automation, MIDI maps. This is going to be Chamsys, and we'll save this as 2. No, I should save it as O2 positions. W. Yep. There's just no other way to say that. It's all about the W. Alright. Position underscore. Actually, I want to get that back on my clipboard. And then now we have eyes down. Forward blind. Mid forward. Oops, forgot the position. Mid forward. Position angel. Oops. Clipboard, buddy. Clipboard. How's the zooms going, Deanie? Having an easy day, or is it a pain in the ass day? Out cross. Out in cross. Icicles. Center. Oh, forgot it. Center open. I'm just glad that I'm finally getting this done. I've been wanting to finish this up for freaking ever. What was that? Point, and then V, and then prison. It's easy. Oh, that's a bummer. Having a, I mean, at least you get to like kind of chill in the studio and do some stuff you want to do once you get it going, right? Epic. We have crisscross. Could be worse. You could be doing this, right? All right, back to our macros. Let's create, let's just go to Chamsys for a moment. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. I mean, the big thing is I just really didn't want to put in a bunch of time until I got that dongle and knew for sure that it was going to work. You know, I didn't want to just like try and build a system based off of faith that I had it figured out in my head. I wanted to make sure that it was going to work, because that's a really scary idea, because you can see how long this takes. Like, I didn't want to spend like, you know, 10 hours building all of this MIDI mapping only to find out it wasn't going to work. 61, 2, 3. Actually, the biggest thing was making sure the tap tempo was going to work. I was really worried about the tap tempo. 67, 68. Oh, I did the same note. So I kind of just put this on hold and did a bunch of temporary lights in the other program, in the old one, which I was really unhappy with. But I had a bunch of songs that I kept not playing because they had no light show written for them. And so I wanted to at least have like something. Finding that MIDI merge box though was a huge lifesaver, that's for sure. I was not sure that I was going to do any of this until I found the MIDI merge. Where are you? Execute, activate. We're still on page 2 for all of these. starting on 50, 51, 52. Data entry, so fun. I need like a mouse on my left hand side. That would be like super useful to learn, to be able to mouse with my left hand side as well. That's not right. So that right now I could just like be running the 10 key with my right hand and not worry about jumping back and forth to the mouse. I wonder how hard that would be to set up. Epic blind. Clubbing was actually supposed to be the last one. It added one. Okay, so these are all note ons. So now we just need to go copy all the names. We're starting with eyes down. Copy name. Hit the paste button. Oh, I need to show you the MIDI editor again. Forward blind. Paste that in. Want to become famous? How about want to get banned? That's got to be really annoying for people who are actually big streamers. I'm sure they get that kind of bullshit all the time. What the hell? Why am I not able to get over here? I wasn't able to see my mouse on my remote screen there for a second. I guess I can't be too mad with all the stupid Inception stuff that I do. I should be double checking these as I go. Eyes down, forward blind, mid forward. Okay, I should be making sure they all one-to-one line up. Those bots only target small streams. I guess that makes sense. Bigger streams probably have like mods and other rules and stuff in place that know how to catch them, which I should probably spend some time learning how to do. Mountain. How did I miss mountain? Oh, okay. Copy that. And they probably also assume that bigger streamers know better, I would think, right? Because it's probably only your smaller streamers that are actually like tempted to click something like that. Which I would think that everybody in the world would be aware that that kind of stuff is bullshit by now. But you never know. But that's good to know. How are you doing, Seven Hero? How's your day going? Sorry if I don't have a lot of super exciting stuff to say. This is a lot of really repetitive work. But I want it to be good. I want it to be good. I want this light show to be a lot of fun. Mostly I just want to have fun doing it, you know. Icicles, this is supposed to be center open. Did I grab the wrong thing? Center open, I grabbed the right thing. It's entertaining? Well, that's good. I guess, I don't know. It's one of those things where like getting it up and going is a lot of fun, but doing the, once you have it up and going and just mapping all the things so I can control it from another computer is just very slow and tedious. Like writing the positions was a lot of fun. Doing this is just very tedious. Probably part of why I've put it off. Well, also I didn't have the MIDI capability till just now, but throw in Epic. Let's kind of keep an eye and make sure that these are all lining up. Just to make sure I'm doing the right thing. Now we should have crisscross and clubbing, and we're there. Because yeah, when you like open up this program for the first time, there's nothing in it. Like it was a very big open canvas and I had no idea what I was doing. It took me a long time to figure out where everything was. I think Epic Blind is down on the next line, so we're not going to worry about that. Although, why is it saying note 71? Does this has a note 0, doesn't it? So why do I feel like these are wrong? Clubbing, because yeah, clubbing, crisscross should be 69, 70. Okay, so 69. Note 69 should be epic. So I'm off one somewhere here on my naming scheme. What did I do? Macro, let's go look at the execute grid. What's actually Epic is... Yep, I'm off by 1 here somewhere. So how did I get off? Eyes down is correct. Forward blind is not working. Where's forward blind? Did I miss it? There it is, forward blind. It's on note 57. Ah, I skipped a MIDI note. 57. Now I gotta go bring these down. The question is, what didn't you do? Ah, yeah, you're not wrong. I mapped an incorrect note, or I skipped a note, I should say. I'm not gonna lie, it's kind of hard to keep track of all of this. Like, I'm trying to be, you know, trying to do it in small chunks so I can be nice and methodical and make sure that it all maps out, but it's really easy to make a small clerical mistake. 69, I know you can't see the notes I'm editing right now, but 70 and 71. Okay, now we're mapped out correctly. Let's go back to our execute grid and let's walk through them all and make sure that we're working. So we have eyes down, forward blind, mid forward, angel, mountain, out cross, so far it's all mapping out correctly. Epic. Oh, you know what? I wasn't checking the names in the MIDI editor as I went. Crisscross, I should do that. I think they're all correct though. Epic, prison, V. Ah, my neck. Point, center open, icicles, outing cross, out cross. I guess I should have moved it so you could see capture, so you'd see that they're actually moving. Okay, they're all mapped out. So we're going to do something real quick here. We're going to, do I have a way to, let me look at my video editor here. Do I have a way to show that? It's light writing 1. Okay. So we're going to show some capabilities with this now. We're going to do a little quick test map. That's like 30 seconds. Yeah, test drive time. Just to make sure that what we're doing so far is actually working. We're just going to move the lights around a bit. So we're going to start off with no times, and we're going to move them into a reset. So that's where we're going to start. We're going to click on to go in 2 seconds, and in 2 seconds we're going to change to tetra. And then we want to switch into the into out mode, and we're going to do that over 6 seconds. And there we're going to switch into a blinder. And then from there we'll go to 10 seconds. Now we'll do like a real quick snappy 2-second switch. Actually, you know, I should be moving the timings like this to be a little bit before where I actually want them to happen. And then we'll finish up by switching over to to the angel position. Okay. And then what I might actually do is draw these out, like, for as long as they're going to be happening. Just so I can, like, visually see where all the switch points are. Man, I wish I could color these differently based off of what they are. Actually, I can. So we can take the timings, and we can make all of the timings be MIDI channel 1, and then we can make the these things be MIDI channel 2, because basically it's going to take everything and pipe everything to MIDI channel 2 afterwards anyways, so it doesn't really matter what MIDI channel I set these to internally. I can set them to different MIDI channels for organizational purposes. There we go. So now I can, like, kind of pick colors that I want to use, and let's do a quick little test drive and see if this works. So it should move into a reset with no time, snap to a reset, and then start running through a couple of those positions that we mapped out. So let's see if this is gonna work. There's the reset. Now we're moving over time into that one, and now it's moving in pairs to that. We switch over to the other one. Cool, it all worked. Everything works. Give me just a second. I'm gonna go grab something to snack on. 2 seconds. Well, I have a couple Triscuits, but it's not as much as I was hoping for. I didn't plan ahead to have snacks for stream. Just gonna have to survive on coffee. Now, the only thing I noticed on our test drive is that things happened a little bit fast. Some of the queues weren't able to quite finish what they were doing. So I think we're going to move these all a couple bars further forward. So let's move this one to like bar 7. We're just going to give this, or bar 8. We're just going to give each one of these a little bit more time to build and grow so that they can do their thing. Because I definitely noticed that some of them were moving a little fast. Oops, didn't want to do that. So we're going to drag this out. I want to be able to physically see where all these are going. And you know, I could actually break this out into 2 separate MIDI channels, couldn't I? Do I want to do that though, is the question. It's in out, that changes there. What is this? This is my timings. And then we want to let go of end out when we go to 2 seconds there. So as long as I'm looking at this correctly, 1 second, there's my different position palettes. Let's walk through this. And was that the end of Silence's record? Looks like it was. Let's go listen to Other Glow's new record. I've been really enjoying this record. All right, test drive number 2. Let's see if this all works. Let's see if I mapped it out correctly or if I'm mistaken. Let's just go take a look at capture. We'll see it in the big screen. Here's the reset. And then now we're gonna be setting it to out to in, and now they all move one at a time. Then we go to no time, or 2 second fade. And you know what, let's try this. Let's set that last one to like a 8 second fade and see how that looks. So we get this reset snap. It's a little bit cumbersome, but it gives me a lot of control over these positions. And then now they slowly move in. So this gives me a lot of flexibility to do some pretty cool stuff with the moving headlights and actually like control them a little bit more granularly than I might otherwise. My only concern is that like the MIDI mapping of, or the MIDI blocks of it ends up getting a little bit complex. But as long as I keep tabs on what's happening, it shouldn't be too big of a deal. I think. All right. Let's pull Chamsys back up and let's go through the next row. We have 2 rows to go. So we're getting close to done. And it looks like I'm gonna have a few leftover MIDI notes to grow into and build new positions if I want as well, which is nice because I still have room in this execute grid. So we might be able to get a few more. So we're on clubbing. Let's go ahead and name through these first, I guess. So rename notes. We want to get our position thing on a clipboard. And we want Epic Blind, and apparently Epic Blind is in here twice. So it's back spots. So I want to get rid of those. As I was moving things around, some stuff got duplicated, it looks like. I also see top down, bottom. Oh, that's bottom in. But oh shit. What just got deleted there? Center X. Okay, the undo actually worked. The undo in this program is kind of trash, if I'm being honest. Okay, so none of these are queuing up other things. Watch, you want to see something real fun? When I move these things, it's gonna break my stupid grid thing. I don't know why it does that. I mean, I guess maybe I kind of understand why they have it do that, but I don't know. All right. Does this change anything? Epic blind should still be the first in the row because we hadn't gone that far yet. So we still have our epic blind, which that is a really cool position if you can see that one. I think that's a pretty cool position. And since it's built granularly, to give you an idea of some of the stuff we can do, like if I turn the test all dims off and we come down and check out some of like the somewhere here I should have some some mover chases so we can get like chase action going on. Should just do like a center end. So then what this is going to allow us to do is have like the chase running and change the positions while the chase is running. Which I think is going to look pretty damn cool. Has this really cool like evolving motion kind of thing to it that I really dig. So I'm probably gonna end up using this kind of thing a lot, where it's just kind of like slowly cycling through positions and doing stuff like that, because I think that actually looks pretty damn cool personally. I'm sure I'll learn all kinds of stuff that I like as I go, but I have different cues here, and I'll probably end up making more, but different types of chases, and they'll all kind of give different feels while we move the lights around like that. That's cool. I like that a lot. You get this really kind of like disappearing and appearing in new places kind of thing. That's really, really interesting. Moving towards the back. Bring him back forward. Yeah, that's cool. All right. Sorry, I'm just like getting lost having fun clicking buttons and kind of getting a feel for the type of stuff that I'm going to get to do with all of this. I'm excited about it. God, Capture is like a godsend for the company that makes Capture. Like, thank you so much. This is like seriously one of the best pieces of software that I've ever gotten to use. It was a pain in the ass to learn, but super, super helpful for being able to like have a proving ground to test that all of this was even going to work. So we have Epic Blind. Position. This is going to be back spots. Position. Center. X. Top down. Bot X. Position top down. Bot in. Position up. Up. And X. This is such a relaxing song. I know you're probably not here anymore. You might be lurking or something, Other Glow, but seriously, thank you so much for this record, dude. It's so good. I've listened to it so many times already. Like, I can just leave it running in the back. If you guys don't already listen to or support Other Glow, make sure you give them some love, because stuff is just so good. Oh, sorry. I forgot you can't see that I'm MIDI mapping. It just looks like I'm sitting here doing nothing, huh? Position X cross. Okay. So now we have all of those. Let's go macro them out the way we do. Add in a shitload of automation notes. I don't know what I'm going to need or not, but set them to MIDI notes. We want them to be note ons. We want them to all be channel 2. And we're starting at, oh, actually we want execute grid page 2 on all of them for execute activate. And set them all to page 2. I missed one. Son of a bitch. Alright, 66. 67, 68. That's not comfortable. I can't do that. 70. I almost went to 80. That would have been dumb. 73. That electric piano sound is very relaxing. I'm a huge nut for electric piano sounds. Alright, we haven't got the X factor yet. X cross is where we're at. I'm going to go ahead and map these since I'm here, but... 83... Alright, let's go set up notes. We're starting at 72, not 720. 73... 76... So, anybody got anything fun going on today? While I'm sitting here just keying in values, playing data entry. I wish these like mapped up a little bit better. Like if it was note number was the same as my execute grid number. That almost might have been worth it to do, but I guess ultimately it doesn't matter. 788. Wow, I still have a lot of MIDI notes left. Still have like what? 37 notes left. I thought I was gonna run out a lot faster. I kind of wish I'd given myself more room at the bottom for the busking tools, because I might want more of those later. Bummer. Okay, so before I go through and name everything, let's go through our execute grid page and make sure they all work. So we should be starting on Epic Blind, Backspots, Center X. We'll double check the names here. Bottom X, bottom in, up and X, Wolverine, X Blind, X1, X2. Let me give you capture so you can see that they're working. X3, X4, X5, quintuple X, apparently, and X cross. Okay, they all work. They're all named correctly. Let's go add the descriptions, just because I'm paranoid. So we're starting at Epic Blind. I really love the it sounds like there's like a Echo Boy types, not an Echo Boy, but like a space delay type thing in this. I'm a huge fan of space delays. Center X. That kind of so good. And sorry if I kind of run out of things to say while I'm zoning, copy pasting things. If anybody has any questions about what I'm doing, feel free to let me know. Mostly I'm just enjoying listening to Other Globe. That moment was really good. Oh, I should show you Reaper, huh? Crossblind. Gotta sneeze. Ah. Man, I'm kind of tempted to build this modular, like, to phase it into the other system, but I'm kind of scared of what that might do. Because I can, like, run the merge box in, like, a per channel basis. So basically I could merge in and run all of the positions of the lights from this system without affecting the other one. But I don't know that that's a good idea. I think I should just rewrite songs one at a time. I'll get confused if I start trying to blend the systems together too much. And mitigating confusion is kind of a big part of this. I wish I had a better way of showing like all the different screens at a time, because it can be hard. Like, it works when I'm using 2 different screens, but if I'm using like 3 different screens at a time, it can be a little hard to show what's happening. Because I would like for you to be able to see capture right now too, to be able to see that stuff's moving around. But I have a hard time doing that. Like, I guess I could do like a tiled type thing, like where like my camera was there and then there was like multiple tiles of things. Maybe I'll do that real quick. I might set that up real fast, because that could be a good idea. Quintuple X. I'm just trying to figure out the best way to make sure that everyone can like understand what it is that's happening. Ooh, this is a good track. Alright, so let's save this, and let's also go save this note name file, because I don't want to lose this. Positions.txt. Okay, so let's do this. Let's go over to vMix real fast. And let's create a new live output. Add input. We're just going to add a transparency. And we'll call this live output all lighting, maybe. I guess that kind of works. Let's get into our multi-view. So we definitely want to add my camera down here in the bottom right hand corner as per usual. And then I think what we're going to add is like a actually, let's do this here because I have an idea. We're going to add Reaper. We're going to add Magic Cue. And we're going to add Capture, which is the HD60 Pro. So now let's go into our position, and on overlay 1, we're going to set it to 0.5, and I think we want all of their sizes to be 0.5. 0.5. There we go. So now we're small on all of them. And then let's start going through one at a time. Let's reset that, and we'll put this like minus 0.5. So I want this to be the opposite, like that. And then let's go to capture, and we'll set this one to minus 0.5 and minus 0.5. And then I'm kind of tempted to do like a white background for it all to sit on. That might look kind of nice. So if I go to like the multi-view, I could put like a white, where's my colors? I could put like a white backdrop there. But I kind of hate using white. So let's try dark blue, which apparently is super transparent, which I don't know that I really want. Actually, that might look cool. Let's find out. I'm curious because it doesn't look like it that. Let's go ahead and build a button for it. I really need to go back and redo all of this. All lighting. Yeah, I need to get like a currently playing thing so that you can see what I'm listening to at the moment for this type of stream. I feel bad that it doesn't show that. Well, I'm not sure how I could jack into the Amazon Music to get that information. Okay, so now let's build the shortcut into our Stream Deck. We have the button on the Stream Deck, but now we need the vMix shortcut. Come on, where's my shortcut menu? Did it pull it up somewhere and I just can't see it? There we go. Shortcuts, add all lighting, and we want to set this as an output. Set output full screen, and we want to set it to our new live output, all lighting. Call this all light. I think I want to make that a local preset. Okay, so let's take a look at it now. Booyah. How does that look? I wish I didn't have like the file menus, I guess, but at the same time it's kind of hard to do this without them, isn't it? I want my camera to be bigger, but I also like feel like it needs to fit in with the rest of the things that are going on, and it doesn't if my camera is bigger. But I guess also for this stream I could just leave it like this at all times. It's just probably a little harder for everybody to see what I'm typing in some places. But I think this is probably better. That actually, this would be a perfect place to have like a currently playing thing, wouldn't it? I guess I could do that like manually, right? Let's just do that. Currently playing, and I need to find a way to automate this, but Gray Sky by Other Glow. He does not capitalize his name. And we'll just update this as we go. That's fine. It looks kind of ugly, but does this have like a drop shadow on it or something? Also, I really don't care for the aerial. I'm gonna use Cambria, or does it have Calibri? I usually like Calibri. Yeah, Calibri. We'll go with that. Oh, good thing Slobs has an undo. I think that looks a little bit better. Now you can kind of, now I don't have to worry about switching back and forth when I'm just doing like busy work stuff. So this should make it so you can kind of see everything that I'm working on at a given time. If that's really hard to understand what's happening, feel free to let me know. I'm not sold that this is going to be a good plan. Okay, so now we need to do the last row. Let's look at our execute grid. We're starting on X factor. Pause underscore, let's grab that. X factor. Then we have triple X. X dual. I'll come up with a better look for the currently playing thing. I'll think through that later. I'm not sold that that's a good idea. Also, the dark blue thing looks a little too Windows-y. I don't know. I kind of hate it. Oh well, I'm just going to live with it for the time being. I'm not going to get overly wrapped up in that for the moment. I used to be better if I had like a graphic or something that worked under there if I'm going to use this layout a lot, but I guess I could make the webcam bigger for this particular moment. Like if I'm using this screen set. We'll mess with that later. I'm not going to worry about it right now. If anybody thinks it looks like total shit, let me know and I'll change it. For now, I'm just going to roll. Mask. And then we have jungle, and that's all the positions we have for the time being. So we're getting real close to done with this first page. So for super play, we need 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. So that should be all of them. Oops. It's so weird hearing these things recorded and not part of the live stream. I'm so used to it in the live stream. And set them all to channel 2. Hey, it's the song I get to play a solo on. Ah, I missed it. I missed it. Where you at? It's after stack, Q, then execute, activate. There we go. On page 2. And we're going to start at 85. 6. 87. 88 should be jungle, and that gets us there. We still have a lot of channels of MIDI that I can add new things to. I really hope that I should have put more specials. I'm not even going to look at it. I'm not even going to look at it. I don't want to know. Because I am not remapping all of this. No fucking way. Let's go test that they all work. Did I set the notes? 88. Yeah, let's go test that they all work. Our execute grid. So we have X cross, factor, triple X, cross dual, super play, enterprise, E2, mask, jungle. Cool. All right. They all work. It's magic. I'm going to grab a cough drop. My throat gets a little wiped out doing all this talking, to be honest. But it's looking good, I think. You know, we've been sitting here staring at this color palette for a long time. Let's set up a Q stack. Just to give us some fun. We're going to set ourselves up a Q stack. I have a color test one. So we're just going to pick a couple. Yeah, that one's ugly. Let's get it. That means I have to get rid of the resets, doesn't it? We'll see. Actually, maybe I'll just come in here and remember to pick a new one every now and again. I must still have something selected. That was pretty cool. Yeah, let's go with City Lights. I really like this color palette. I don't do a lot of yellows right now, so I'm kind of hoping to expand out the color palettes and do some new things. Okay, so what did we need to do? We need to name these descriptions, and we're starting on X Factor. This is the solo I got to play. I'm pretty happy with it. And sorry if this isn't extremely intuitive as to what's happening. I'm using, what, 1, 2, 3, 4 different computers to make this happen right now. So I'm trying to show off the screens as best as I can to make it all make sense. If something seems really unclear, let me know and I can try and break it down and help make it a little bit more clear as to what's happening. But just want to get these. Okay. All of our positions work now. They're all mapped. It only took like 2 hours. Go into our execute grid and we can put it onto our out to in. And now they move. You can see them starting to move in position there. I wish there was a way you could get it to do it to where they didn't like hard move in groups like that. Like if they moved where like one started and then they kind of paired off after that. I might need to learn how to make my own assigned specials because I don't quite understand. Like, because if I click, if I try and like grab them in a different grouping way, it doesn't really let me do it. So I need to try and figure out if I can like customize these somehow. Because if I can make some custom ones, that'd be really cool. But I don't know how. Maybe there's a assigned special. Let's see here. Because we have like all busking. I don't want simple busking. What's sequence? Enter step time in seconds. Sequence, 2 seconds. I don't know what this means. I probably... Oh, super weird. It's like moving through things as it goes. It's like... What in the world is it doing? How is it? Is it just like stepping through random things? Okay, so it's stepping through... Interesting. It's like stepping through positions and gobos, but it's like doing it... Huh. That's kind of cool. I don't know that I would ever actually use that because I could do it manually myself better. So sequence is not what I want. It's kind of cool though. Let's see what else there is here in Assigned Special. Let's see what we can learn. There's got to be, like, these buttons work, so maybe a timing? Like, see, they just have normal, reverse, out to in to out, and random. I want, like, to be able to do, like, an in to out, but I want to be able to edit it, you know? But if I include it in the programmer, doesn't seem to give me anything to mess with. Well, it's right here, but I don't know if... Hold on, let's clear out the programmer. Can I just include this in to out deal? Doesn't look like I can. Is there any way... So here's the times. So it's like breaking it out like 1 second. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I wonder if I could like manually edit these times to make it like so they kind of like step on each other. But if I edit it, I don't know what I'm actually editing. My boy for after ever there. Advanced view, simple view. Okay, so tilt 1 second from 0 to 5 seconds. What is this? Default fade, snap at start, snap at end. So is this what I'm looking for? The fade type? Oh, and there it is, I think. Let's go to something that's a little bit... No, it's still like hitting the end and then finishing. So what's fade do? I don't know if this is actually going to work to update this queue or not, but I don't know how I would edit this setting otherwise. There's got to be a way, but that's still not quite what I'm looking for. What's that? I need 1 or 2. Yeah, Alright, let's go back and look at this programmer and see what we can find out. So the fade is not what I wanted. There's got to be something that I'm missing here. Because this seems like it's just doing it like... I probably would have to edit this. This is probably a little bit beyond what I know. So I need to dig into a little bit more of like the advanced timings type stuff. Because like, I bet you I could do it like this. Like if this was like 0.75 seconds and this was like 1.5 seconds and this was like 2.25 and then this was 3 and then this was 4.5, no, 3.75. So let's check all of that out. This may be like getting a little bit beyond what I want. I also don't know if this is gonna hold once I press the button or not. We're gonna have to find out. We're learning. Let's go look. Well, it definitely has a different look to it now. And I like it, but I don't know if like this is actually editable or not, because I don't have like an update queue, so it doesn't, like if I turn that off and go to this one, now is it kind of back to what it was? Now it's back to what it was. But if I come back here and hit this one and run it, does the programmer update with the timings that I changed? It does not. So I don't know how I can like change those timings. So I'm gonna have to dig into the manual and check out some YouTube and see if I can figure out how the hell I would create my own custom timings here, because I want to be able to do that. There's got to be a way. I just don't know. Let's look at the advanced view. See, I should be able to come in, like I can definitely come in and edit these. It's just that I can't save it to reuse it. I'm not sure how to do that yet. I'm gonna have to figure that out, because that would be really cool if I could get like different types of looks. So we're gonna remove this for now. It kind of sucks because I wish I'd have known that starting out, because now I'm gonna end up having stuff in different places and that sucks. But I do have a way of fixing that. Actually, I can handle it. I can reorganize a little bit without remapping everything, so that's good. Basically, I could split it up into two separate MIDI files, one that's positions and one that is timings, and one that's gobos. Actually, that might be worth doing anyways. We're gonna rename this position. Actually, we'll save that for now. I'm gonna rename it, not rename, no. I'm gonna resave this. Save, and we're gonna call this O2. We're just gonna call this timings. And do I have a way of like selecting multiple notes? Do I really have to go through and like unname them all one at a time? Oh, that's so gross. So I did save this, don't worry, I'm not like completely getting rid of all my work. I saved it as a separate thing. This is going to be getting a little bit more granular in terms of like the Reaper programming, but it'll also be way more organized. And it'll let me add stuff anywhere I want to without really stressing it, which is good. Oh, undo that. Can I also... Okay, spiral is where we want to end. So we're gonna do that. Now we're gonna save this as a new map. We're gonna save this as timings. And then we're gonna open, actually, you know what, let's do this. Let's do O2. We're gonna kind of rename some of this stuff. We're gonna call this timings. And let's go ahead and get rid of all the MIDI data. And then we can hide unused and unnamed note rows. So that hide unused and unnamed. Now we're just looking at the timings. So then what we'll do is we'll create another one. We'll call this O2 positions. And it's going to go out to Chamsys over note channel 2. I hope that this is just MIDI, so I don't think that this is going to get like crazy difficult to manage, I hope. So we'll load note names, positions, and then we're just going to get rid of these timings things. They'll still be in the MIDI map, we just won't use them here. Okay, so now we have a MIDI map that is just hide unused and unnamed note rows. Now these are just all positions, so this is only where we choose our positions at. And then we're going to do another one, which is going to be O2 gobos. I'm just trying to ask myself right now, how granular do I want to get? Like, how deep in this do I want to go, right? This is, so let's do this. Let's add in new MIDI things for all of these now. Okay, so then if we pull up our gobos one, we can load note map from file, pull from positions, and then actually, you know what? Ah, shit, that sucks. I did this in a really slow way. Because now I have to go through and delete all of these again. This is definitely not the best way to do this. But we're already in it, so let's just knock it out. If I do it this way, I can group things and hopefully keep track of stuff a little bit easier. I don't know. It's just always a question of like, how stupid granular do you want to get, right? So now here, this is just for choosing gobo positions. And then what we'll do is we'll do like O2 position slash timing slash gobos. And then we'll put all of these into the O2, and then we can collapse them down and we don't have to always be looking at them if we're not using them. Boy, this Chamsys thing is going to turn into a lot of tracks here real quick. Where the hell is my SWS color? There we go. Random custom colors. Oh, that's why they looked stupid. Take off my shirt. Is this layout like really hard to see what's going on, Deanie? I was trying to come up with something that made it a little bit more obvious as to what's going on. I wonder if I can get like MIDI note files to take on the name of the regions that I build them in. Let's look at some MIDI stuff here and see what I can find out with MIDI items. Where the hell am I at here? MIDI items. Pooled MIDI. And I don't see a good way to do this in here. Tap through MIDI notes. That's not what I want. MIDI editor settings. I want like something for when I create a new MIDI thing that it grabs the name of the region. But I don't see it. This pinky little laptop is struggling to keep with the 1080p. Yeah, I know. I don't want to stream in 1080p, but when I'm doing screen share stuff, if I don't, it aliases all of the text and becomes basically impossible to read even at full screen, just because the way OBS downscales to 720 is not very good. It makes it very, very hard to read any of the text. Don't need that. Fuck. Well, I don't know a good way to do this appearance. Peaks and waveforms. This doesn't really have much about MIDI, does it? Oh well, I can rename them. You do see what you got going on as far as the virtual room. I mean, I guess that's ultimately what's really important, right? So we have all the MIDI set up now so we can control everything. So everything is able to be edited through MIDI now, so that's good. We have all the positions rigged up. And I think that might be, we're about 3 hours into programming this. I think that might be a good stopping point for today. My Chamsys control is already turned into a massive 20-track stupid thing. Actually, you know what? I do still want to get more work done, so we're just going to take a 10-minute break. I'm going to take a 10-minute break. I'm going to stand up, stretch, kind of relax for a moment. So really appreciate y'all coming in and hanging out. We're going to just take a break for a couple minutes, and then I'll be back to do some more. But it's been 3 hours. I think it's important to take a quick break. Where is track templates? Save track as track templates. We're going to save this as... Oh, right, I put it into the actual automation folders. Stream automation, track templates, lighting, Chamsys. Let me make sure the other music isn't going to end like right away here. How do I... Oh, this is the last track on the record. Damn. Push through. Don't be a wimp. Don't be a little bitch about it. Okay, I'm gonna wait till this record ends. I'll start up. Maybe we'll find that something about airplanes records you were talking about, Deanie. Maybe we'll pop that up. But let's do a little quick test here. Let's say we're gonna work on gobos. Let's say we want to use the spiral gobo until here, and then we're gonna switch over to the spotlight gobo here, and then switch. Is that one not working? Did I screw one of these up? Did I not test it? Oh, that's the spot shake. I'm so fucking stupid. That explains it. There we go. So we'll get that gobo, and then we'll switch back to like this one here. Okay, so it's as easy as that to switch between some gobos. And then what we could do is we could pick positions. So let's say show hide all unused and unnamed note rows. We could pick some positions. We could start out in all out, and then like let's say right here we're going to switch to crosshatch. We're going to run that for a minute, and then I want to switch over to the cross blind, so it should start moving, and then we'll move into crisscross, right? So it should be as easy as, now we can go into the timings deal here. We could start with 1 second, and then I need to bring in the positions so that I can see where they're at. Oh, that's not what I wanted, is it? Show me everything. And then I need to go back into timings. There we go. So now I can see where they're all at. I can see the ghost MIDI to tell me where stuff is. This would be a lot easier if I color coded too. So let's select everything in timings and make everything in timings. Note channel 1. We'll go into positions, make everything in positions, note channel 2. And if I go into gobos, we can make everything note channel 3. Can I not change the note channel here? That's super weird. But why? Gobos should be way down here. Why are they in like a weird spot? Gobos, let's change these to note channel 3. I wish I could set this globally so that like anything in this lane was always channel 3. But now I should be able to like open up the positions and come into timings, and it should show me both. But it's not, because something's weird. Who knows why? There we go. That's what I wanted. All right, let me start up. Let's see if we can find this something about airplanes. It should be on here, right? We don't want the death cab for cutie. We want, whoa, dude, dang. Here we go. I'll be back in just a moment. I'm just gonna take a quick little fiver. If I can find my stupid mic thing. All right, take a break for a minute. I'm gonna relax, eat some chips, drink a little bit more of my coffee, and then we'll get back into testing and making sure everything's working. Oh, shit. I gotta change my currently playing, don't I? There's gotta be a way to like auto update this out of Amazon, right? I'll figure that out. This is, whoa, dude, dang. Bye. Something about airplanes. There we go. Doesn't fit. It doesn't fit. What am I gonna do? Can I like resize it? We'll just do this. We'll change the format for this. There we go. Now it fits. It's not pretty, but it works. Temporary until I come up with a solid layout design for this. Oh, that works just fine. I actually think I have a better way of doing this, now that I think about it. I have an idea. I just got a cool idea. Let's do Let's go over to vMix here. And let's do, oh, I gotta get rid of that while I'm over here. Yeah, see, that looks ugly. I have a better idea how to do this. We're gonna do NDI desktop capture. Can I do like, can I grab just like Google Chrome? Does it have to be up for it to capture it? Because when I come over here, it's like not there anymore. Damn. Let's see here. The only reason you wouldn't want to see that is if I was watching vMix. So what I could do here is I'm just going to close that. If I pop that up like that, I can make this work. I'm going to figure this out. I'm not sure why that wasn't capturing Google Chrome. I'm going to try that again. Why are you not willing to capture Google Chrome? That's super weird. Desktop capture should be like the easiest shit to do, right? Maybe try. There we go. Got it. Fucking got it. So we're gonna call this captures, and we'll call this we'll call this Amazon Music, because that's what I'm gonna be using. Now here's where things get fun. You ready? Now we'll go into our live outputs. We'll pull up our fancy little deal here. And we're gonna bring that into the multi-view. Captures, oh, I didn't move it around. Okay, let me go move it, and I'm not gonna worry about that just yet. All right, so you're everything I wanted. Also, I'm not sure why it's not fitting the screen. Oh, actually, I do know why it's doing that. But now what we'll do is we'll go into our multi-view, our position. It's overlay number 5. Dude, this is what I'm talking about like how Chamsys is so much, or not Chamsys, but vMix is so much better than an ATEM switch. Like, look at how many different super source things you can do. It's crazy just how much you can do. All right, so now we're just gonna crop and crop. I can't like get in there to see, so I'm gonna have to do this by keying values. 970, 980. That's like right there. Actually, I don't really want that. I'm gonna get down so that I don't have the play bar. 990 maybe? Yeah, 990. And then we'll crop it up to like, oh, oops, 1070 maybe, 1060. And then we'll crop the other X value back. All right, and then we'll just go position it up here. Where do I want to put it? I'm trying to think of where it's going to look good. I guess I could put it like down here. Or I could just put it like right up above me here. Maybe that'll look okay. But now if we switch back, boom. Now we've got that Amazon Music player that it'll show us the album art and everything. I just need to figure out where I want to position it now. I think maybe up there. Yo, Shred Baron, what's up? How you doing? Thank you so much for the resub. Really appreciate you. I feel like I want it down on the bottom, but I'm not sure where I want it. I wonder what it would look like. Oh, things are going good. I'm kind of taking a little break for a moment here. I'm doing a lot of programming today, so I'm just kind of trying to chill out a little bit. Actually, one thing that'll look a lot better here is if in this multi-view I get rid of this dark blue and just go to a black. Just let it blend in. I think that looks... No, that doesn't look better, does it? I think it looked better with the dark blue. Kind of hard because I have kind of a small screen to look at it with, but... So what have you been up to today, Shred Baron? Doing anything fun? Oops, that's not what I wanted. That's gross. Reset the position of that. I'm just kind of trying to decide if maybe I want to put it down at the bottom. Maybe the bottom is where it would look the best. Which means what I want to do is go to my multicam shadow. I'm going to go back to vMix here. Got a couple composition assignments you need to finish. Nice. It sounds like fun work at least. So we'll add the webcam shadow, and then down here in the bottom we'll add our Amazon Music deal. Oh, shoot. It's not going to have the panning and cropping that I did, is it? I'm just going to leave that there so that I can steal the pan crop. 161 and 990. 161, 990. What else do we got? 580 and 1060. 580 and 1060. 580 and 60. And then we can just move it right over here, and now it'll sit up on top like that. And I think that looks a little bit better. Let's position the Y value down just a little bit more. Let's do 0.6. I see that there's a chat there. Sorry, it's taking me a second. You don't care, but for the sake of getting it right, the song title is incorrect. Wait, where? It might not be updating because... Wait, is it not updating? It might not just... Yeah, it updated now. It might not be updating because I have it up in the editor here. But I would think that once I get it done, it should start updating. Okay, so let's take a look and see how that looks now. So we'll go ahead and leave that up there, and I'll switch over to this. It needs to come over just a little bit. Sorry this is taking so long, but it's a nice, like, get my brain away from what I was doing there for a second. 8.4 is too far. 3.5, 3. There we go. There we go. Okay, so now for the moment I can go ahead and leave this up. We'll see when it changes songs if it updates. I have the Google Chrome thing up here on my screen now, so hopefully it should update. But I think that looks a little bit better having it in the bottom rather than having it up in the top. I'll need to come up with a full-on layout for this, but this will work for now. Sometimes the parameters of the assignment is more restrictive than you like. Yeah, I mean, if you're doing composition work, though, that's usually the point, like to work on a specific compositional idea. Is this going to work, though, once I pull up? We'll have to see if it works if I am not, like, focusing on Google Chrome. I think it should capture it anyways, but... I just need like 3 more screens. I'm having to do too much remote inception. And having to do a bunch of remote inception makes capturing it and all look goofy and weird. And I want to make sure the song title's updating, so I'm going to go pull up... Go ahead and pull up Type VNC, and we'll see if it updates when the song changes. It makes sense that it wouldn't when I was working, but... And I could make my camera bigger here, and I'm tempted to do that. I kind of like keeping the camera consistent as I move back and forth between the different things. Like, I kind of like that consistency. Even though it probably would look good if I made my camera fill up this bottom right square. I don't know. I might be able to add other things in there. But this looks a lot better than texting. Alright, let's see if it updates. It did not update, did it? But as soon as I go to Google Chrome, it updates. Well, that's stupid. It only updates if it's, like, focused on the screen. I don't like that. I don't like that. I'm just trying to think of a better way to do this now, because I know that there's a way I can do this. I can open up on a different computer and use a different NDI so that Chrome is always open. That's probably the way to do this. I can get around it. You ready? We're going to get around it. We're going to go to this computer. We're going to open up a new computer. That's the beauty of having more computers. I think 206 is my chat music computer. Wait, this computer sucks at going on the internet, doesn't it? Fuck. Yeah, this computer's fucked up and won't get on the internet, I don't think. I think I've tried before and it just like kind of shits the bed every time I've tried. I don't think I have Google Chrome. It could just be an Internet Explorer issue. I don't have Chrome installed, so let's see here. Can I use my Explorer path to get me to another computer? 168.0.200, whack. Let's go to D. Let's go to my D drive on the main computer. Okay, so I can get here. What's up, Grumpelstiltskin? How you doing? Illusion of Gaia. Yeah, it looks like that's what's going on in the backing chat music here. This is now retro stream. Yes. Okay, so let's go to downloads, 2021 downloads, and then what I'm going to do is come back to this computer, and we're going to download Google Chrome on a different computer, and I'm going to try and move it between computers. Google Chrome. I just need the installer. Download Chrome. Thanks for downloading. Just a few steps left. I don't want to do a few steps left. I just want the installer. There we go. Okay, so now we got that setup file. So let's go back over to our vMix computer. This should update and have my Chrome installer in here now. There's Chrome setup. We'll pull it over onto this local computer. Welcome to my life, Deanie. This is what I do. Hopefully it didn't like wrap it specifically for the operating system I had running, but hey, we got it working on another computer now. Let's go ahead and pause the chat music for a second. It's just I only have 3 computers that have an audio line coming into my main computer, so I can only do it on one of the 3 computers that has an audio line coming in, and the other 2 I'm both using screens for stream related things, so I can't really have it up there for some reason. But if I'm going to do more of these streams, I want to have this Amazon Music thing pulling and working correctly, because I want people to know, you know, who we're listening to. And if this is the only way, then this is the only way. Oh, is that all? Yep, that's it. Okay, so this seems to be working. Amazon.com. I'm gonna have to go over to LastPass and get my password for it. Let's sign in. Take me to my vault. Amazon.com. I think that this should still be like the same password, right? So, cheaper 2026. Great, now people know my email. Keep me signed in. Is it gonna tell me I'm signed in on another device and I can't do it? Okay, this worked. Hey, this worked. Something about airplanes. This computer's a little bit slow for sure, but it might. Am I using Synergy or Synergy Plus to use the same keyboard and mouse? No, so it's a combination of things. It's, I'm using Mouse Without Borders to control. I have like a, here, I can show you here. Boom. So these 2 screens here are, oh, my frame rate's all goofy. But these 2 are my audio computer. This one is my camera computer. This one's my OBS computer. And then I use Mouse Without Borders to control all of these simultaneously. And then from there, I have, oops, let's go back and take a look at, what is it, vMix? From there, I'm using Type VNC to remote connect into any of the other computers that aren't doing it. And those aren't VMs, they are physical machines, but I do have one VM out in the server room that is running like plugins and stuff. So you can see, like, if I click down here, these are like the remote sessions that I have up to other computers at the moment. Dude, why is that not working? Search. Okay, so let's try this. We're gonna Real quick, I need to go over to console, and we need to pull this one down, and I need to kill the compressor on this one, which I need to make sure and turn that back on before we stream. We're gonna listen to this record again. Yeah, that's fine. That's what I want. I do need to go back into this computer. Let's go ahead and this is chat music. What the hell computer? Oh, it's on my local computer. See, now I got to remember which computers I'm looking at. So now we got this running. Okay, that's a short track. So let's make sure that we got audio coming in. There we are. I'm going to turn it down a little bit in Amazon Music. Give myself a little bit more room to work with my fader here in UA. So now, let's see here. Does chat music have the NDI on it? Currently, it doesn't. Shit. But I can use the Type VNC. I can use the Type VNC. It's fine. This is fine. Let's go back into vMix. So now all we have to do is go back to our captures and change this from, instead of being a Google Chrome capture, we'll change it to be one of the Type VNC connections, which is apparently not that Type VNC connection. Are you serious? You're gonna be like that to me? You're only gonna give me 2 Type VNCs? That's stupid. We'll kill the overlay computer one. I don't need it right now. It never fails, man. Every step you take, there's something that wants to give you a headache, right? Why is it not seeing the Type VNC connection here? Really? Is this still not gonna work? All right, let's do this whole shenanigans again. Let's see if we can grab the NDI from my other computer, which should be on my desktop, I think is where I have the NDI. Can I get to the desktop from here? Dude, just buy another box. Bro, that's about where I'm at right now, isn't it? Let's do this. I'm gonna come over to this computer and I'm just going to copy all of my NDI information into this. Dude, there's so many fucking computers. I'm losing my goddamn mind. So let's pull up my downloads folder. I know you can't see this. I don't want to necessarily show off this on my local computer. 2021 downloads. Let's just copy that in. Okay. So if we refresh this, we should have the NDI here now. Let's drop it here on the desk. Oh, you know what? It's already there, isn't it? Oh, good God. Windows, why are you such a piece of shit? Cancel. Okay. We have the NDI right here. I can just open it up right here. Do you want me to... Do I want you to rub honey on my thighs? Please. Please and thank you. I don't know if this NDI thing is going to work on a Windows 7 box. I don't know if this is actually going to run or not. I need to rebuild this into a new computer. Well, we may have gone down a road that is just run. Okay, now it thinks it's running. Let's pull Chrome back up. And now instead of using a desktop capture, we'll use an NDI. Chat music copy, Google Chrome. Hello, there you are. Hell yeah, it's moving. Now we can go to our live outputs, all lighting. All I have to do is re-crop it now. We'll get rid of this. We have it on position 10. So let's find our crop. I'm just going to move it here and we're going to work on our crop points real fast. That can be like that. Crop the Y value here to like 980. Nope, I want to go the other way. I think that looks good. I think I want to crop this one like a few pixels now. Hell yeah. All right, let's push it over just a little bit on the X axis here. 4, so let's do like 832, 833, 834. That way there's like a little bit of gap. Looks like Mouse Without Borders does about the same thing. Yeah, I didn't know about Synergy. I found Mouse Without Borders and it was like a free application that did what I needed, so I kind of like just grabbed it and rolled with it and didn't do a whole lot from there. So now Spring Break, that's correct now, right? Like it updated correctly now. Hell yeah, it's working. All right, so now if we come over here, it's updating. We have all the correct information. Now I can show off whoever it is that I'm listening to. We got album covers and names and all that frickin' jazz. The only thing I guess I'm worried about is that if the track name is super long, it might get cut off a little bit. I wish it did like a scroll, but that's on Amazon's end, not mine. It still needs a little bit of work, but it's ultimately there. Are we doing the Thigh Honey while playing Illusion of Gaia? Now, don't tempt me with too much of a good time. Okay. Let's get back to work. I'm going to save this screen capture thing because I haven't saved it in a while, and I want to make sure I don't lose it on that. Dope! What do you think? How's it look? Are we looking okay? Can we all see everything that I'm working on, and now I can work on whatever it is I need to without worrying? Whoa, dude! It's actually, I mean, you know, it's a good pop punk record, my friend. Move these lights around a little bit. Okay. So we got our MIDI automation. Channel 2 is all done. I'm gonna go ahead and shrink that up because I don't ever need that to be big, and we'll lock that. Same with Chamsys. We'll go ahead and shrink that up and lock that. And we're gonna save this as an output. We're gonna do save as a track template. We're gonna go into our automation folder. Stream automation, track templates, lighting. Now I can drop this in as soon as I get done. I'll want to delete all the MIDI items out of it once I finish, but okay. Let's mute all of those for the moment because we know everything works there. So now we got to get into slightly more tedious things. Also, this kind of sucks because now I don't have a good way of having that Amazon Music deal up on all of the screen sets. So if I change screen sets, we're going to lose that. So I might change that. I need to think about that real quick. Because if I switch to a new screen set and it's still there, that's not going to look particularly great. Where do I want to put it? I could just like tuck it over on the left-hand side. That might look okay, and like if we lose this little bit of capture, it's kind of like, who cares? Whatever's going to be over there in the bottom left is never going to matter. So, well, I mean, I'm working on the development, right? Like this is all kind of part of the process. So let's go fix this. I'm not happy with it. So we're going to go back over to our capture, and for Amazon Music, I think I'm going to go ahead and run the cropping and positioning here. Just because I know that I'm never going to need... Wait, can I actually do that? Can I actually, like... Oh, I'm on overlay 10. I need to go to main. And we want to crop the X value to like 140, 130, 120. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Crop that to 160. This way I only have to do it once. We'll crop this to like 5. 10. Oh, okay. Never mind. I need to crop this to like 500. 1,000. Actually, 1,000 is pretty perfect. I guess I could just set it up as a scroll bar that fits across the whole bottom where my, like, that butts up to my camera. That actually might look the best because then it's always going to be like appropriate with whatever's going on with Amazon. We'll pull it back so that we get rid of that stupid speaker icon thing that you can't see right now, and then we'll crop this to like 1070 and position it like down over here like that. How much can I bring back in that cropping? Not very much. I could create something. Actually, it looks like I could. Oh man, it's so close. It's so close to being butted up. Give me a couple pixels. Booyah. There we go. There. And so now we can go back over to the live outputs, and instead of repositioning that on overlay 10, wait, which one's overlay? What are we on? It should be, actually I do want to switch these now. So let's go into the position of overlay 10 and reset it. That should put it over there. We also want to turn cropping off. And we'll switch these. So we want webcam shadow, and then we want to get Amazon Music. Boom, there's that. I wonder if this would technically be like against copyright to be like kind of sniping their thing. I don't actually know, but we could do the same thing here. So on our vMix output, I could come up to this and grab Amazon Music and add it down there on the bottom as well. And so now even when I'm sitting here working in Chamsys, you can still see what music I'm listening to. And if I build it this way, all I ever have to do if I don't want it to be there is just go and like disable this, you know, just go turn off this one NDI and it'll turn off on all of them. So that actually works out pretty well. So let me update this on all of these multi-views. Oh, these are the captures. I need to get over the live outputs. Let's go to Reaper. Let's add Amazon Music. Kind of sucks that it like tanks some of the program looks, like you're missing like the play button and stuff in Reaper, but I feel like showing off whose music I'm listening to is kind of more important. But maybe I should just crop it back and... Well, I can put them all in here and I can make that decision later. That's the nice thing about the way we're doing this. We can make that decision at any point in time. I know this is kind of like tangenting off, but I do want this stream to a lot be about kind of like, you know, the production of things as much as it is about, you know, actually getting stuff done. Didn't update that. Add in Amazon Music. We'll see how I feel about this in the long run. This may not be the way I want to do things. Ooh, I didn't think about that though. Wait, why is it like that? Oh, I'm so stupid. Audio Desktop 2 should be HD60 Pro, and then this one should be HD60S. Okay, I was grabbing the wrong input there. That's why that was happening. Reaper MIDI. Don't I want to have my camera in this? I guess I just hadn't used it yet, so I didn't notice that my camera wasn't in it. Webcam shadow, we'll add in Amazon Music, we'll build out all these screen sets. So if I go to Reaper MIDI, where is that button here? Reaper MIDI, yeah. That should have my camera in it now and look good. You can see Reaper. I do think I am going to go ahead and trim that bar back. I don't know that all that's necessary. As I'm looking at it, it doesn't look particularly good. But I did like how it like butted up with my thing, but it's kind of big, isn't it? We might even like make it a little bit smaller. Maybe we'll zoom it down to like 0.8. Oh, no. Oh, not on overlay 10. Main, let's do 0.8. And then we'll reposition it. Actually, 0.8 is a little small. Let's do 0.9. I just want it to be a little bit smaller. Also, I should show you what I'm actually working on here. And then we'll just grab this crop value and we'll trim that bad boy back. And now we have this nice little bottom left-hand corner showing off what it is that we're listening to. I think that that looks okay. I'll need to decide later if I want to add like a shadow to it. We'll see about that. So let's finish adding it to the rest of our outputs here. What do you think, Deanie? How does it look? Does it look okay? I'm not 100% sure how I feel about it yet. I'll have to kind of review once I'm off stream, but oh, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. But I do want to be able to if I'm gonna listen to this music stuff, I want to make sure that people know what it is that we're listening to. I want to help support my friends. I should probably make just like an overlays channel that has like the webcam and the Amazon Music thing that I could bring in all in one source, but it's also nice to be able to be a bit more granular about it, I guess. I guess I could drag the bar back and raise the screens up a little bit, but I don't know. Whatever. Okay. We're good. Now we know who we're listening to. I need to make a playlist on Amazon that just has all of my stream friend stuff. I think that I started a notepad file here with a list, didn't I? If I go back to my desktop. Work playlist. Here we go. So I need to... Let's get into Amazon Music here and see if we can do this. I do not have my music in this rotation. I 100% do not. Is this like a... Yeah, I know... I want it added to my music, but I want to add it to a playlist. God, this computer runs super slow. Share this album. Like, there's got to be a way to create your own playlists, right? Like, add to queue, sure, but how do I add it to a playlist? I'll deal with this later. I'll do that when I can just do some Googling. Okay. Back to work. Back into our lighting. And now we have our Amazon Music deal there. I still don't know how I feel about where my camera is in this set. Like, I feel like there needs to be something in this blue space, but I don't know what yet. I'm sure there's actually probably another screen that I could be showing off of stuff that I'm working on, right? I could have vMix up there, maybe. I wonder what that would look like. Let's find out. Because it is kind of everything we're working on, right? So live outputs. What if we add vMix? So that's on number 5. So we need to go to overlay channel 5. Also, I should show you what I'm working on. Let's reset everything and get rid of all the cropping. It's going to kind of go crazy. Everything should be 0.5, and then we want to go over 0.5 and down 0.5. There. Let's see what that looks like. It looks... I don't love it necessarily. Especially with having the extra camera in there. Maybe if maybe if it was like maybe if it was something that like showed off the captures over here so it looked like obvious where the captures were coming from. Maybe that would make me feel a little bit better about it, but I didn't like that like empty deal. But this kind of gives a good showing of what it is that I'm actually working on, so you can see, and then I can change around. So let's save this. We'll reconvene later and see how I feel about it. Deanie just sent me a photo. What's this gonna be? Yeah, I get it, Deanie. I get it. You and I are very much so in this kind of same situation, aren't we? Gotta love it. And if anybody else has some DMCA free music they wouldn't mind having played, feel free to let me know. I'm always looking for any streamer music to play, except for Stream Beats, because I don't really feel like supporting that guy. Jesus. Let's see here. Where are we at now? I know I need to map out the color effects. I need to start doing all the hits, which is going to take forever and 3 days. The endings I'll probably end up doing as I go, but this is the part where I knew things were going to start taking a while. Ooh, actually, this is going to look kind of gross because it's going to have a double of Chamsys now that... Yeah, I didn't think about the fact that this is just doing a desktop capture because it's being all fuckery. So I don't know that I like that. I need a logo to put there, right? Like, that's what I really need, is like a logo. Let's see here. Let me go into my assets. We're just gonna make it dark blue for now. That'll work. I'll come up with something better later. I know I can come up with something better. I just don't know what yet. It shouldn't matter if I just change it back to dark blue, right? I might design like a logo thing or something to go there. I just need to like look at it and decide if that's what I want or not. Okay, back to work. I should have known it was coming. This like 100% had to have been recorded on a Digio 2, right, Nini? Like, there's no way this wasn't recorded on a Digio 2. Those preamps have a very, like, distinct sound, I feel like. Also, we need to change the lighting color. It's been a while since we've changed lighting colors. Okay, and now we need to go into our Q store and we need to turn off the test all dims. 100,000 million% recorded on a Digio 2. Kind of thought that might be the case. Okay, so these cues, I'm going to put them really far down because we shouldn't have to ever really touch them. Just trying to think of how many cues I'm going to need. Probably a couple hundred. So let's start at like 45. Let me think through. How many cues do I need? There's 50 lights and I need to do it like 6 times. That's 300 cues. So no matter what, starting at 4,500. Well, but I also have those down here. So let's start. I guess it doesn't matter because I can move them once I get them in here. So let's start at 4,200, 4,201, and we'll build from there. So we need to go through one light at a time. We need to go into our heads, and floor part number 1. We're gonna turn this up to 100%. Why do I not? Oh, I do see it. It's just kind of dull and hard to see there. Is this really how I want to do this? I don't think this is how I want to do this. I think I want to go through and just do this on a per song basis. It may not be as organized as I would love for it to be, but I do think that this should just be on a... it's probably the end of the record, isn't it? Oops, I pulled up the wrong thing. This computer's so fucking slow. I'm so behind on my friends. They all have like... Oh, I wanted the album. Is this working, by the way? Did it update? Cool, it did. Just because I need to get some music released. It's been a while, and I haven't released anything in a while. But I think I'm at a good stopping point here. I don't think I want to do things this way. I thought I did, but it's going to be very, very time consuming for rewriting things if I do it this way. So I think I'll just create hits. So we can create a couple here. What if we do like a split? Let's see if we can make some quick type of like hit flashes that look good. So let's go over here to our groups, and let's take a look at some of these like duo splits. If I like turn all of these up, right, that's like a hit. So we're gonna go ahead and start building some of these. I'm not gonna build too many of them because I do think that like I'm gonna want to know exactly what I want on a per song basis. So I'm not gonna go too deep into this. We're gonna go down to queue number 3000. We'll start here. So this is only gonna be storing. Is this? What's in my programmer? Okay, cool. So we just have intensity. We don't have it on a timer. We don't have any color palettes in here. So this is just the hit. which is exactly what I want. So let's go back into our Q store. We're going to record this as back hit 1. And we'll clear that out. And we're just going to go through and kind of create some of these based off of the groupings that we already have, because they're already built. Why not use them, right? This one I don't know if I'm going to use. I don't like it. Nothing cool there. This actually is kind of cool. We'll call this back hit 2. Back hit 2. And then what we'll have to do is copy all of these into our execute grid and MIDI map them once we're done. Also, I'll probably get a few of them created and then move from there. We also want to do something where we grab like all of the floor pars, for example. Like I know I want a floor pars hit. So we'll name this one floor pars. I know I want like sections, so I don't necessarily want to just hit. Actually, you know what? There might be some moments where I want to like flash the wall washes. That could be kind of cool. So we'll call this wall wash. Bring it down. I should have got some water. I'm running out of coffee. Coffee. Why is there never enough coffee? I'm still deciding if I want that Amazon bar to come all the way across or if it looks good where it is. I think I'm gonna pull it back across and see how I feel about it. No, I'm just gonna leave it alone. Stop fucking with it. Stop fucking with it. You're free? You're done with your zooms? Very nice. So now if we hit these, they should flash. So like we can do like flashing back and forth between these different sets of lights, and I'll have those mapped to MIDI. And then we'll probably recreate some of these with having some fades as well. And we can do that easily by doing something like this. I can just include it into the programmer. And then we should be able to come to like, there should be a timings, right? Can I update these to be 0.3 seconds across the board? And then we'll go back to the Q store and record this as a new Q. Call it back hit 1, 300 milliseconds. We'll set that right there. So now if I hit this one, oh wait, that's in the fade in. I want it on fade out. So how do I do that? There's got to be a way to do that. Oh shit, please tell me there's actually a way to do this. Because I want it to be 0.3 seconds on release, not on when I activate it. This might dramatically mess up my plan here. What's in the simple view? Here we go. This is what I'm looking for. Intensity, fade. Wait, no. Maybe that is what I want. Intensity, fade, dimmer, fade. I don't want a delay, I want a fade. So I think that means on off, right? Oh, so that is the same. 0.3. Let's update that and let's take a look at it. Does it fade in? It's definitely fading in and then turning off, which is the opposite of what I want it to do. So how do I change that? There's got to be something here in the programmer to make these times for when it's off, right? Maybe it's the delay instead of the fade. Let's try that. What if we set a delay instead of a fade? Maybe it just thinks differently than I think it should. No, that means that it takes 0.3 seconds after you hit the button till it turns on. Also not what I want. Snap Rapid end, slow end. I don't think that's what I'm looking for. That's just the type of fade that it is. I feel like this should be something that's cued into the... That's like keyed into the... what's it called? Into the cue stack, into the cue itself, which I know I could do with a cue stack, but I don't know how I'm going to do it with this. But I definitely want to be able to flash stuff and have it like fade away. Man, I know I can put it into a cue stack. Maybe the answer to this, I'm doing this anyway, so maybe instead of execute grid stuff this, I'll just do it with in the cue stack, right? Oh wait. I see it. It's intensity out. I found it. Now that I think about this though, I still might... Do I still have any reason to do this in MIDI instead of doing it with just cue stacks? Cue stacks might be easier. So now if I hit it, it's on. And it still turns off immediately, doesn't it? Let's... Oops, don't remove it. Include it. Programmer, so intensity out. Is that not what I want? Maybe, hold on, maybe it only works. Oh, you know what? I'll bet you I know what's going on. It's only because I'm doing it here, because I'm turning it off and on here in the cue store. If I go and I copy this into my execute grid, right, if I'm here in my execute grid, still no, huh? So I think that means that I want to run this in a cue stack. I think that's what this means. Which, I mean, I don't necessarily hate. It's not going to be that hard. Like if I put it into here, right, we should have a 1 second fade on it. So if I step through the cue stack, which is smart because I should be using these cue stacks as much as possible. If I hit this, why did that not take 3 seconds to fade? Fade over 1 second. Nope, that didn't work. Well then. That is interesting. How do I want to do this? I think I want to move this cue stack to here. And I think I might need a new cue stack for the dimmer hits. So let's release this cue stack. Welcome to me learning how to do this. This has a very Devin Townsend vibe to it for sure. I dig it. Intensity out is 1 second. Intensity in should be 0. I don't want it to fade in. I just want it to fade out. Individual times. Do I need to set this to 1 second as well? Is it just that it didn't have the... Let's try that. It's still fading in. It's still not doing what I want it to do. Let's make a new cue stack though. Let's go up to the top here. I need to make a cue for it. Right, because I have... Because I think I need to put a cue in to be able to do it. Maybe I don't. The fuck are you? You're a chase that isn't in the right place? Okay. Cue stack, let's just do new cue stack. So if I go back to this bad boy here. Actually, no, we'll start with a dimmer reset here. And create a new cue stack. We'll go into our stack storage, and it should be this one right here, and we're gonna call this dimmer hits. I really don't like this. As my 1080 stream still being a bitch, I'm sorry. I really don't want to do this on a cue stack. Because I can't trigger more than one at a time on a Q stack. That's what I don't like about it. Because I would like to be able to like hit that one and then like have them both fade or do things like that. This is going to mean I might have to have like more than one. Also, why is it like that? So... Okay, so those are linked. But I just want intensity out. I don't want... I just want dimmer out. I don't want it to be on the input. So let's update that. You're fucking triggered by my racist stream. I mean, I don't blame you. I'm probably going to be wrapping it up here in a few. We're going to be coming back for some Hollow Knight here in a couple hours, so... Still nothing. Okay, but I could probably do this here, right? I could add... Can I add the fade time? Like, it has the fade time right there. So what if I do this? What if I just add the fade time? What if I remove it from here? So let's update that and let's go back to the Q stack. Run it, and now it should have no fade. Let's add a 2-second fade. And nothing. Why? Why are you not fading? What's the deal? Is he in or out? He said he's going to be here, but he might have to leave early like he did last time. Why are you not fading? Am I missing something here? Go. Why is it not taking 5 seconds to fade right there? I really feel like it should be. Wait a minute. It did take 5 seconds to fade, didn't it? Says complete, but it hasn't moved yet, and then it moves. Okay, so it is doing that. It's just not fading the dimmers down? Yeah, I remember having an issue with this. I don't know exactly how I want to handle this yet. Let's remove that cue. What you're hearing is that he is a poopy butt. You are hearing correctly, my friend. Okay, I am feeling a little bit burnt out at this point, I think. I mean, we've been going for 4 hours now, so I think that's a fair stopping point, I think. So we're going to go ahead and get out of here. Let me see if anybody is currently working on any music stuff. And we're going to go say hi. We got Mr. Greggles going, but he's got plenty of people. We don't need to do that. Let's see here. We got somebody playing some drums. I don't really... It's so hard to find other people working on production. We got somebody making beats here. Oh, it's Anomaly. We'll definitely go raid on into Anomaly. He's one of my personal favorites. So, I'm going to go ahead and get out of here. Let me pull that up. We're going to raid Anomaly here. Oh, we all don't need to be seeing that.
Let's get this party started.
It's so loud. It's so loud. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and raid on into Anomaly now. Take it easy, everybody. We'll see you soon.
Young Sheldon and younger. This is everything you've been looking for.
That's gonna leave a mark.
Live sports, breaking news, and a mountain of entertainment.
All right.
This is Paramount Plus, now streaming.